I think how to actually like start it.
Maybe start with the end and then go back.
That's what I think. That'd be funny.
You haven't seen all of Christopher Nolan's films then?
No,
because you haven't seen like Tenet.
I've not seen Tenet, or did he do a war one?
Yeah,
was he Dunkirk.
Dunkirk, yeah. Which Dunkirk was really good.
Sure, but that's just a movie, right? That's not like a wonky one.
It's the story.
Is it?
It's 3 stories in one. One takes place over an hour, one takes place over a day, and one takes place over a week, and it cuts between.
That's
which is wild
cool.
because when I first watched it, I didn't realize that.
Sure.
So like, I think like all the plane shots is within an hour.
That makes sense.
And then it goes.
A quick one. Yeah.
It's a really good. And then Tenet just really.
Yeah, I would like to see Tenet, and then just also he did the Batman trilogy, which is so weird.
Yeah, that is
which
weird.
I am
because like Batman Begins, like
I am disliking those movies the more I think about them, so I try not to think about them anymore.
It is wild because you're like, oh, Nolan, you did great movies, and then you just did the Batman trilogy.
He did Inception, and he did another good one. Was he
Interstellar?
Yeah, okay,
Yeah,
I thought so.
yeah.
Damn, those are good ones.
And they're all. He loves time.
But I think Memento's the best. We cannot use this as the intro and just put it later.
Yeah, this can
but
be,
I do like talking about this.
Memento's fucking incredible.
Yeah, I just saw
would love to do like
I just
a
saw
ranking.
Memento for the first time last night.
Or maybe it was the last time.
I hope not. I've
only seen it once too.
I loved it.
It's on my list of movies to own.
Because I looked up the actor Guy Pearce, and I knew the name. He's in stuff, but not a lot I've seen.
Yeah, I know the name. He has a very iconic name, but I don't know what he's from. But I love the way he looks in the movie.
Mm-hmm. No, he's hot. It had like a Fight Club feel to it.
It did. It was very grungy and dirty. And this is like before. This is Nolan's first film, so it was like low budget.
What a way to start. And like. This actors were kind of big in it because I don't know who his friend was, but the girl is the girl from The Matrix.
Oh yeah,
and then Sammy, the guy he keeps remembering, he's a guy that you've seen in everything.
Yeah.
He's in like Glee and shit like that.
Yeah, he's very famous. Memento. I'm so glad you finally. I watched it about a year ago. Yeah, maybe over.
Once I started, I was like, oh shit, I have to see if Robert saw this because I knew you would love it too. Yeah,
I just love movies that are kind of like that.
I wanted
where it's just like
when you have to give into the confusion. I really enjoy.
And that movie does it because the character's confused.
Yes.
Like it's like
so it everybody's lying to each other.
So you don't know who to trust, and he can't even trust himself because he doesn't remember. And then all of his tattoos.
And like I love the idea of just that he's going off his own instinct, which he has to trust, and that's all he has.
That's all he has.
Is his own instinct,
and he has no idea. And you have to trust him because you're following him. It's such a. If you haven't seen a Memento, highly recommend.
That's my newest 5 out of 5 movie I've seen. Because
I haven't seen a 5 out of 5 movie in a long time.
That and then probably The Whale was the last 5 out of 5.
Yeah,
movie.
which I still haven't seen that.
I rewatched Speed Racer and that got bumped up from 4.5 to a 5 out of 5. It made me.
You bumped it up?
It made me cry the second time I saw it.
You didn't cry the first time?
No, I cried the first time too. I'm saying I know what was going to happen and still made me cry.
So then that was what bumped it for you?
Yeah, where I was like, oh, it still hits. It's not even a novelty movie for me. It. Like Izzy and I talked about being like, you know how kids just watch one movie over and over?
Yeah.
Trying to influence that and do just like good ass movies where they're like still kid friendly but like fantastic.
Oh, I was just thinking like, like when you have kids?
Yeah.
Because I remember like when my cousin was younger, he was obsessed with Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Oof, that's a bad one.
And he was just like, it was just like he'd get over and he'd want to repeat it.
I mean, that's something that kids do with anything because like I'll do a really great bit with my niece and she's laughing and laughing. We had a great time just again. I'm like, damn it.
And then every time you see her, she's like, remember this?
No, it's not even, no, because I think next time it's just like, let's do something new. It's that this won't stop.
And you go, I'm tired of this, Grandpa.
Well, and because then the last time you have to be like, no, we're done. And then she's, oh, I'm like, no.
It's not funny anymore.
Hold on to the fun you had and appreciate that because it goes away someday. Don't make it go away so fast.
You get older and you become cynical.
Well, and also just like...
You can't be cynical with this hat on.
I mean, that... yeah, right, yeah.
For people just listening at home, Jacob's wearing a hat.
It's a heat wave.
With an open shirt, you could see his little belly.
Can't see my nips, though. They're gone.
You can't see him anytime. I can picture him, though.
It's just... Same with like when the kids learn how to make you laugh. Like, I remember doing this as a kid, where you make a joke and like you get your
get adults to laugh,
actually laugh, and then you say the exact same joke 20 fucking times
because
like,
you go, oh my god, I did something. Because making adults laugh as a kid, you're like, that's important. Because you go, these people don't laugh at a lot,
right? Well,
they're mostly grumpy.
Yeah, you have to think of something, and like my niece and nephews, they make me laugh a lot.
Oh, they're wild.
Yeah, they're weird, which is fun.
They're just silly.
My nephew is now, he just started, but he's getting into the Beastie Boys. It's only No Sleep Till Brooklyn so far, but I'm pumped about that.
Does he like say it and like sing it?
It's all he yells.
No Sleep Till Brooklyn?
Yeah.
That's incredible. Just coming from a 3-year-old, 4-year-old?
I think so, yeah. And and then my strum just like, rock on, dude. So he's just saying that to everybody.
That's incredible.
Throwing the horns. It's a good one.
Is your dad listening to the BC Boys? Is that how he gets into it?
It must be, because BC Boys, they do slip into like kids' movies.
Oh, do they? Okay.
I think No Sleep Till Brooklyn was in the Mario movie because they're out of Brooklyn. So maybe
I guess that makes sense, yeah.
Or, my dad. Because I remember my dad was rather 80s rock.
That's still what he listens
to. It's weird how he only likes it. Because, when you came over, it's Casey Kasem.
I mean, I love it.
Well, me and my dad were talking about what is the best year of music. Because I say 87 is my favorite year of movies, I think. Maybe not anymore.
Okay, and we're inspiring a future topic right now.
Sure.
Like
but
best. These are all separate topics. Best year for music, best year for movies, best years for TV.
I think he said 82 was his favorite year of music.
Just because of the albums and the bands and
of just the music that came out that year.
That'd be fucking.
Because 87 is one of the best.
That's going to be a future discussion.
Same with 95 was pretty good, I think.
What's 87 for movies?
I think Lost Boys was the big one.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because I just knew a lot about 1987 for a while because me and my friends threw a party that we said took place in
87.
It was 88, but it was because it was February, so we went off of just the year of 87.
Yeah.
And that was just banger out. There was a reason we chose, and I think it was because of movies.
Did you do 87 music as well?
Yes, nothing that came out later than that.
Oh, that's fucking fun.
Yeah, and we burned them all to cassettes. I still have some of the cassettes.
That's really sick.
All right. I'll check out 87 real quick.
Yeah, I'm curious. We'll dive deeper into it, but we'll just talk about it real quick.
Because right now I think 87 is the best.
For movies?
This is what Letterboxd is very good for.
Oh, if you just type in the year?
You can just search, and then you can just click on all these ways of searching, and release date's one of them.
Oh, release date and then go to the year?
No,
fuck yeah. I need to get Letterboxd.
I love IMDb, but Letterboxd is so good too. I rank every movie on Letterboxd, and I look up movies on
IMDb. I like it because you get the trivia and the fun facts.
All right. You got Full Metal Jacket, Princess Bride, Dirty Dancing, Predator, Evil Dead 2, Hellraiser, RoboCop, Lost Boys.
Jesus Christ. That's all in 1 year?
Yeah. Planes, Trains, Automobile.
The best Thanksgiving movie.
Lethal Weapon. Nightmare on Elm Street 3. So even the best Nightmare movie.
How did all these come out in the same year?
I know. It's wild.
Those are all classics.
Running Man, Beverly Hills Cop.
Running Man, a movie 2. I've never seen. I've never seen Running Man.
Ooh, Bad Taste. I've always wanted to see that.
What's Bad Taste? I don't know that either.
It is a Peter Jackson movie. And Peter Jackson has such a weird career, too.
Yeah, because he
did Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
He had no business getting Lord of the Rings. Before that, all he made were these really fucking weird oddball comedy or horror or even just grotesque. And Bad Taste is just one of his earlier stuff.
Interesting.
Team from an intergalactic fast food chain, Crumbs Crunchy Delights, descends on Earth planning to make human flesh the newest taste sensation. So just
sounds like a weird sci-fi movie.
He also did Brain Dead, which is supposed to be really cheesy and hoary. I think it's a rat monkey bites Lionel Cosgrove's mother and she transforms into a zombie. It's weird shit like that. And then he did Meet the Feebles, which is I've
never heard of that one either.
It's the Muppets if they were an underground seedy gross venue, and it's still puppets, but one of them has an STD that makes him go crazy. I think he shoots up the place at one point, and they're all fucking each other and doing drugs. But it's
but they're Muppets or puppets?
Yeah, and they're gross. And then he did Lord of the Rings, which is so fascinating.
Yeah, how did he get that?
And not only he got all three of them because they just filmed them all back to back. So did he also go on and do The Hobbit and all that?
I think so. He stuck with the trilogy.
I think so.
Damn,
but just doing because also
That's a meal ticket for him.
Yeah, you got some big names in it, but not everybody was a huge star.
Not back in the day.
Right,
a lot of them are massive now.
That was 2001, wasn't it?
I think the first one. And then I think Twin Towers was 2002.
Well,
Two
rest
Towers
in peace. 2001, yeah.
But I think the second movie was 2002.
Ooh, that'd be a bummer for them. I wonder what year.
I'm 90% sure.
That sounds right. I think they're early 2000s.
Is that what the second one's called? The Two Towers?
Yeah.
The Twin Towers?
Nope. Two Towers.
They're oh fuck, we got to push this back.
Yeah, 2002.
2002. I don't know.
That's a fucking bummer.
I don't know why I know that.
I don't know.
Because I don't know Lord of the Rings that well.
Yeah, Two Towers, Too Furious, all that.
I'm so curious about years now. That's like just like releases, you know?
No, 87's a fucking
We do
good
like
one.
a fun, we haven't done it in a while, but for Gaming Off the Grid, we used to do like a fun like Desert Island series where we pick a year.
And you choose top 5 movies, albums, games.
We do like honorable mentions and talk about like the big things from that year, but like that'd be fun to do on the pod just in general.
Yeah, because I love all media.
Yeah, and then, but the best year, that's going to stay tuned for that.
Sure.
I feel like every episode we're like, stay tuned for this. And then in 6 months, you're going to get our top 10 sounds.
We're working on sounds.
Sounds?
I'm listening.
I'm like the most excited for this segment.
All right, do you have an honorable mention to throw out right now just to kind of tease at it? Because I have mine, the mini clip or mini kit sounds in Lego Star Wars.
Oh,
or
when
any
it
Lego
builds?
Game. Yeah.
Like,
and I mean, honestly,
are all your sounds video games?
No, I'm trying not to be. It's just, we were playing Lego Star Wars last night. I was like, all of these noises.
Were you playing the new one?
Yes.
Fuck yeah.
I want to play the original one with her too, though, because we tried this once before, but we're trying again, where we're gonna play a movie, and then once we're done, she can watch it. Because I think she's seen the first 6 like once or twice.
Oh,
maybe.
so you're gonna play like episode 2 and then watch episode 2?
Yeah, we tried
That's
that once
fun.
before because we started with episode 1 and just didn't catch.
Is there Lord of the Ring Legos?
Probably.
That'd be a fun Lego game. But Mini Kit, that's a great sound. Honorable mention, I think, for me for sounds, because I'm gonna try and come up with a top 10 list. And I don't know if this will make the top 10 list. The sounds of cards being shuffled.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah, or like the fucking like the bridge, like.
That is a good one.
A lot of my sounds are like physical.
I want to figure that out.
But I haven't even looked into video games yet.
I mean,
I haven't been
exhausting.
Yeah, I mean, video games. It's pure sound design.
Yeah,
because you're building it from scratch.
That is wild. Because even like if we're doing film, it's not like we're not building.
Well, that's what's so weird about
it's just room noise.
That's what's so weird about animation too.
Where there's nothing.
Well, you literally have to build room noise and then build like every sound is built from scratch.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Because I remember,
have you ever watched the videos of people doing like sound effects?
Oh, Foley's incredible.
I love it.
When I took a sound class 1, one of our projects was to like add sound to a clip.
Okay.
And so I picked a scene from WALL-E.
Yeah, I think you had me watch it.
And I did all the sound design, and it was wild because like obviously there was music, and but then I needed like outdoor noise just to like make it not feel empty, and then the sound effects of him moving.
Room noise is so weird.
Yeah, because if you don't have it, it's jarring, and you need it to blend scenes together as well.
So does this have room noise? What we're doing right now?
100%.
Okay, I thought so.
Like it would just sound.
If it was just 2 voices,
it would sound empty. Like it would just. Because like voiceover, there's still a little bit of room noise, but you try and cut it out because there's usually music under it or something.
Sure. What if we did music under this? Would that be weird? If you did bed music to an entire podcast,
I mean, I do
like that.
Gaming Off the Grid, there's bed music for all of it.
Okay, interesting. And you guys are. It's not dissimilar to a podcast. It's just more.
It's more talk showy, but I don't know. I don't know why we do bed music. We've just been doing that since we started.
Interesting.
And it's just like I'm always like, oh, what's the vibe of this episode? Like sometimes if we're talking about a game, I'll be like, oh, I'll play the game soundtrack.
Music,
yeah, it's. But other times it's just like, synth wave or like 80s rock, and it's all like royalty free music that I find.
But podcasts don't really do that.
Yeah, I wonder if you could, because even on the radio when people are like doing like their reads and stuff,
it's usually in front of a song.
Yeah,
it's like with something. Yeah, you have bed music. Yeah.
Would it be weird if like the whole podcast there's just like noise under it? Or would it be distracting?
Or would it be less distracting? I don't know.
Because that sounds so foreign to me.
Sure.
Like it sounds so wrong.
Oh, just take a chunk of this and put some bed music under it and see how it goes.
We'll see if people notice.
Yeah.
I'll just do it like intermittently so songs just slowly fade in. And then they fade out. But it's like real songs.
You can't do that. You can't do lyrics.
And it's just like we're talking, and then in the background you just hear, "She's my cherry pie."
That's not even bed music. That's music. That's music for a bed.
Yeah, I forgot about cherry pie. I don't know why it's the first song that came to my head.
That's an interesting one.
That song was good back in the day. It was on Guitar Hero.
Yeah, was it good though?
I liked it. Warrant.
You can like something and not be good. And I would argue cherry pie's good. Not good.
It's good.
I would say no.
You like 80s music.
Yeah, but I would kind of put that. I would more connect that music to like who does the hey you're crazy bitch but you fuck
but cherry.
I put mine is just the cherry connection. I would put like
you're autistic.
I would put it in that grouping of those kinds of songs. Same with like
it's sex songs.
Oh yeah, I guess it's more that.
Sex
Same
songs.
with like
Crazy Bitch sucks.
Because what is it? Winger that does She's Only 17 and like the.
Winger.
I just start to like slowly chip away 80s music whenever you're just like, oh, that's fucking weird.
Well, it is weird going back and you're like, there's a lot of songs where it's written about teenagers.
And they say they're teenagers. Yeah. You need to do that.
Yeah.
Not even that much stuff rhymes with that.
She's only 17. I think the Beatles have a song about 16.
Kiss has a Christine 16.
Christine 16. Like, it's just like, that's disgusting.
Fun fact, an old winger once grabbed my 17-year-old sister's ass because she got backstage. They took a picture and she was like, yep, and he was just right there. I'm like, well,
Just holding it for the picture?
at least a pinch. And
Oh
you're
my
like, well,
God.
that was Kip Winger being an active pedophile still.
Too bad it wasn't Jeff Winger.
He might do it too.
He's not a pedophile. He
no,
just goes
he
to...
would accidentally do it
Well,
though.
Yeah, because he'd go, how old are you? Fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, he is into college girls. He kisses Annie and she's 18.
That's true. Yeah. Which, God.
And it's so weird how that's fine.
I think even, so you and I'm 30 next week.
Yeah, we're going to do... The 200th episode of Moist Monday is
also
going to
my
be Jacob's
30th
30... How did that line up?
I don't know.
That's
'Cause
insane.
We missed an episode.
But how did... That's
Yeah.
That's wild. We better make it a big one. Synchronicity.
Yep. There you go.
I can't wait to... I don't know what we're going to talk about, but we'll figure it out.
But even just the idea that, like, so we're about 30.
Yep.
An 18-year-old is so beyond, like, a thought to us at this point.
Dude, 21-year-olds are beyond a thought to me.
Yeah.
Like when I'm bartending and I check someone's ID and it says 2004,
Oof,
I'm
that's
just like,
horrible.
Jesus Christ. That's my brother's age.
Ew.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because I guess he's
that
20,
really
yeah.
puts it into perspective.
Yeah,
Like,
and
I'm
just
just like,
knowing
oh, you're an adult.
who that is. But, like, still, the
And
idea
he lives with his girlfriend and
the
like,
idea that, like, 30-something-year-olds will date an 18-year-old is so fucking wild.
yeah, and visit her in high school and shit.
Yeah, because I don't know.
She's
what,
mature for her age.
what is the cutoff now? 22? They'd have to be, like,
23 maybe.
sure.
But like even then it's like you gotta be
Real cool.
you gotta be really mature for your
Yeah, you're still a creep.
I don't know, 23 because I mentally I feel like a 16-year-old.
Sure.
Like I'm just an idiot.
So you just want to keep 16 going?
No, I'm just saying like 23 doesn't seem that bad for me, but then I'm also like I'm 30,
Yeah.
so it does feel like I'm old.
All right, because what I think like the fake rule is half your age plus 7.
So that'd be 22.
Yeah. Okay.
So okay, not bad. That is a weird rule, but it makes sense.
I don't know when it becomes an issue one way or the other.
Well, if you're 60, you could date a 37-year-old.
I think that's fine.
If you're 80, you could date a 47-year-old.
I also think that's fine.
Yeah. I think once you get old enough.
I think 30 up, it's anything goes.
Yeah. If you're 30, you could date a 80-year-old.
Absolutely.
Yeah. 50-year difference, but you're still adults.
Yeah. And like,
Because when you're like upper 20s and higher, you've at least experienced some bullshit.
yeah, that's
You've at least
fair.
experienced life. When you're 22, you think
But you think you've experienced bullshit. And maybe you have. But
yeah,
it's
some people have, okay?
But also still, that doesn't mean you should date up.
Unless they're really rich.
Or really mature. For their...
Yeah, that is weird. Interesting.
So yeah, when does that rule kick in? Because a 14-year-old, it would be 14 to 14. That's half your age plus 7.
Damn, so that rule always applies. 18, 9, 15.
You're in high school together.
That is still weird, though, because that's like a senior and like maybe a freshman.
Yeah.
But I knew people that did that.
Yeah.
And it was weird.
Yeah.
Because you're like, they just got done with puberty.
That's so
You know, like they just got
But also
tits.
people used to get married at 15.
People still do.
I guess, yeah. But like, that's what everybody used to do is just like, and like you'd have kids and they would just work. Like they used to work at 4 years old.
Yeah. Well, especially if you live on a farm.
Yeah,
You're just
like-
making kids to work. And then
Or-
if one dies, you go, let's make another.
Damn. Yeah.
You're just trying to put numbers on the board. Like you know what I mean? Like that's all you're trying to do.
Well, and that's all you were too, is someone who just kept living. That's so
It is weird that we just
We've just kept living.
kept living.
So many people haven't, but we're just going till we don't.
And it is weird because when I was younger, I was like, oh man. And I think we talked about this in the pod a lot. Like I was like, I took pride in being like the youngest guy. Like I was like a young carpenter
Yeah.
and I was like, I'm good at this. And like,
yeah,
I thought I was good at it.
because I remember when I was the kid.
And they would call me the kid.
Yeah.
And now I'm just,
I remember when I started calling a new person the kid, and I was like 22, and he was just 18.
but it's wild. Like we work at a barcade and I'm like one of the oldest people there.
You're probably kind of right in the middle.
But like we're getting a lot of new hires and it's weird because we have like a kid that works there that's 19.
Do we still?
Yeah. He's that new tall kid.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. And he's cool, but I'm like, damn, you're a child.
Yeah.
It's always weird to me when people that can't drink work at bars.
But like you drink at restaurants. I don't know. But also,
Yeah, but there's more food.
and also like they would never be allowed in this bar. So how did they even apply?
Yeah, that's what's so wild is like this is a 21 plus place.
Yeah.
But they're able to be in it.
Yeah, because we had to kick a baby out that one time.
No babies allowed.
Yeah, apparently.
That was funny because we said yes.
Yeah, and they were like, oh.
And then they got kicked out.
Yeah. And like I think it was a baby like on a person.
Yeah, it was like a 6-month-old.
Yeah, like if a baby is strapped to you, that shouldn't count as a person. It's just
you're
like,
not going to be sneaking them drinks.
You're just post-pregnant at this point. Like they're still on.
It is weird that you're going to a bar though with a baby attached to you.
I don't know.
I guess it was during the day.
I traveled Europe on my dad's back, and I was like a baby.
And he was probably slamming beers.
I hope so.
Slamming brewskis. You were on his back, not his chest?
No, I was back. I was over his shoulders. I love it.
You were up?
I was like fucking Yoda, dude. It was awesome.
You were just pulling on. I guess he never had hair.
He didn't have hair.
Did he ever have hair?
I mean, yes. But
when did he go bald? Because he had kids when he was young.
He went bald before I did, but also he was military.
And 3 kids by 22.
24.
24.
I think he had me at 24. Because when I turned 24,
That's
I
insane.
think he turned 48.
Yeah, and when
which
you
you're
turn
not
20
allowed to date.
Yeah, because
That's too much.
Yeah,
that's
you
got to
be 31.
Yeah, I got to get that +7 in there.
Eventually you'll be able to date your dad.
Ooh, yeah. When would that be? So, probably 31. Right?
So then he would be 62.
Yeah,
I don't think you'll ever catch up to him.
I would, right? Half +7?
But if he's double your age, he'll always be double your age.
No, that is literally not true.
Yeah, it
He's
is.
double my age at 24, so he'll always be 24 years older than me.
Oh, okay, there
You
it is.
fucking idiot.
For some odd reason, I was like, when you turn 31, it's going to be 62.
Nope. Not how it works.
And I was like,
It's not exponential.
interesting. Your dad's in his 60s? Weird.
No, so I can date my dad eventually.
Yeah, you just got to get there.
Yeah. I don't know.
But I think once you turn 30, it's allowed. We were just talking about that.
Sure, yeah.
Once you, yeah.
All right, so next year I can date my dad. We have to move.
Yeah, it's not.
We have to move
The
south.
age is fine.
Yeah.
There's other things that are bad about it.
So technically be gay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
And-
a real issue in this country.
Today's the last day of Pride Month.
So,
Segue. We're drinking Bud Light.
hell yeah.
I don't even have mine open yet. I've been drinking whiskey.
Pathetic.
But we usually do a whole month of being gay
But
or gay pride.
we thought they've had it too good lately.
No, I didn't say that. He said
No,
that.
everything is still horrible for them.
No, it's getting worse. It sucks for them.
Yeah, it's definitely taking a
We
dip.
just forgot.
The world as a whole has taken a dip, and that's what
Oh, fuck.
you probably don't even know what's been going on.
Bombs.
Yeah.
I learned about bombs yesterday.
A lot of bombs going off.
Oh, yeah. That's not good.
But I am glad you have another person in your life to at least tell you things.
Yeah.
Your lady tell you about the bombs?
Yeah. Well, she was the second person to tell me about the bombs. Wes told me about the bombs initially because that was
Damn.
the first one I saw.
Feels like he doesn't know about, or he probably tries not to learn things either.
But his girlfriend is very political.
Oh, got you.
Yeah. So he's always like, he hears a lot of it, and
Yeah.
then he makes jokes, and he tells me the jokes, and I go, "That's really funny."
And you don't even know the core concept of
Yeah.
it.
I think he was talking about like Trump's speech, and
There's been some
he just did like the voice, and I was like, "That's hilarious." I don't remember what he said.
Yeah, you take in no information.
Yeah, but I was like, I mean, first up, sucks that bombs are happening. But I was like, that's funny. Whatever he said was funny.
It's fucking wild right now because also he announced it on his social media, Truth Social.
He announced that he was going to do it, or did he
That
already?
he did it. Yeah, luckily. Well, because also in the past, literally the texts about bombs have been shared.
What do you mean?
That one time, God, you don't even know this. Pete Hegseth, who is now the Department of
Justice?
No, you're so bad at guessing.
Transportation?
Nope. It's about war stuff, and now I forgot the word because you're an idiot and it's contagious apparently. But no, he was in a group chat.
Defense. Department of Defense.
He might be. It might
That's
be that.
war.
That you're at least. That's probably what I was thinking of. I don't know if that's exactly what he is, because also these people, it's hard to even respect their title because they're fucking idiots.
Well, yeah, because they're all Papa T's hires.
Yeah, which sucks. Is like also like Tulsi Gabbard. You've made me dumb. This is your fault.
I didn't say shit this
Tulsi
time.
Gabbard, I believe. Like she's with them now, and I used to like her. And now she fucking sucks.
When you said Tulsi, you know what I thought of?
Oklahoma.
No, I thought of Tolkien,
Oh.
the writer of the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
What's his J.K.
J.R.R.
J.R.R. Tolkien?
Tolkien.
Okay, yeah.
But they were in a group chat talking about bombing this place, and they accidentally added another person. and it was a reporter. And,
Jesus
and they're just like,
Christ.
what the fuck?
How do you accidentally add a reporter?
Exactly. That's the issue.
How do you
Because he's
cheat?
drunk when he's doing this.
Drunk with power. Does Papa T drink?
No, Papa T does not drink. Everyone else is on everything you can find.
Well, yeah, because they got to deal with him.
Yeah, well, no, also just like Elon Musk, he was on ketamine and ecstasy at the White House.
And I heard there's beef going on with him and Papa
Yeah,
T.
they broke up. Yeah, and then he claimed that Trump was on the Epstein files. He posted that on his social media that he owns.
X, yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking insane.
We live in a fucking joke.
Yeah.
Shit's
yeah.
getting wild.
But that this joke is bombing other places.
Yeah, that's what's scary is like,
Because do you know why we bombed them?
no.
Okay.
And we dropped like 14 or something.
We bombed 3 places. I don't know exactly what
And we,
did.
was it like, they were like nuclear sites or bomb sites or?
Yes. So Iran has been creating nuclear technology. I believe they sometimes claim that it's for like nuclear power because you have to like enrich uranium. I think you have to. There's this thing called heavy water that you have to make. I remember. I don't know. I learned about
shit.
when
Nuclear power is so fast.
Oppenheimer came
Yeah.
out. I listened to a podcast series about Oppenheimer too, and they got into more of the actual like what goes into it.
We have the same first name.
It's
That's
so.
what I know about Oppenheimer.
His first name's Robert.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
I do not remember that.
Yeah.
Weird.
They don't say it much in the film, but Robert Downey Jr. calls him Robert in the movie.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I never would have guessed Oppenheimer's first name.
It's my name.
Interesting. But yeah, I listened to a podcast about that, so I learned more about it. And it's all very confusing what goes into making an atomic bomb.
It's so, well, even watching the movie, which is supposed to be entertaining,
Yeah.
it's still like, what the fuck? And they're just like, they keep adding those little balls to the fish tank because they need more of them. And it's just like, what does that mean? What are you adding? And,
No
and it's
idea.
hard to get, but you're getting it?
Well, also where they're like, let me make up this equation, like making up an equation. What the?
And then they just go, in theory.
Yes.
This will work. But in theory, it also might kill all of us.
Yes.
That's what's so wild is.
right, because there was that fear that it would literally cause a chain reaction of tearing apart atoms.
Well,
I
yeah,
think.
it would like rip apart like the fucking atmosphere.
Yeah, that it would just keep going.
And it would just destroy. And they go, yeah, there's a chance that might happen.
But we got to kill Japanese people.
if there's a chance that all of us are going to die,
I'm doing nothing.
Yeah.
But that's what we're doing
But
right
then the
now,
government
too.
was like, you got to keep making it.
So
And you're
that's
not
kind-
going to get credited.
Yeah, so Iran is enriching stuff or whatever. And I believe they claim it's for nuclear power. But the fear is that they're making nuclear bombs because they've wanted nukes in the past. And there's a whole Iranian deal that I think Bush or Obama did. And it's all confusing. And no
Okay.
one was really happy about it. But
Well, because I know we've been dealing with Iran for a long time because of oil and...
yeah, that's the other thing is that most of the issues in the Middle East are still our fault.
Yeah.
But also it's all weird. I don't know. So the fear is that they're going to make a nuke and then they're then immediately going to start nuking, I believe, Israel, which I don't love that we're doing Israel's dirty work either.
Yeah. But then also, why are we getting involved then?
Yes. So there's the idea of like,
That's not good, but like, what are...
that's the question is, are we in charge of the world?
We shouldn't be.
But there's the idea of like, well, if someone's making a nuke and they're going to kill a lot of people and we can stop them, should we?
Yeah. But then also, doesn't that just change the target to us?
That's also part of the conversation. But yeah, the question is, should we? But really, should we? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's tough because, and also we don't know if that's what they were going to do.
Yes, and that's the other thing
that's
is
the tough part.
also we're doing with alternative motives. This is also what we're saying we're doing it for. Really, we're doing Israel's dirty work, which is also fucking weird because that's the whole like Palestinian issue.
Which that was a whole thing.
It's still
a whole thing.
Yeah, it's nonstop that they're bombing this other country to just fucking dust. And
For no reason? Or is it religion?
So the reasoning is, as of, I think what they most recently said on October 6th, I believe, Hamas attacked Israel and took a bunch of hostages. And Hamas, I don't know if they're in charge of Palestine or if they're just, because also
Or if they're just a group.
I am basic knowledge on this shit. I am just what I've been told by other
And I'm
things.
just learning from him.
Yeah.
So what do I know?
Yeah, so imagine if you did a podcast explaining it to a baby.
That's
the next step.
It is coming.
Yeah, yeah. When I have a kid, you're gonna just explain it. You're gonna tell him my life lessons, but through you.
And then you're going to listen and go, that's what you got from
That's
it?
not what I said. All right, sorry for all you smarter people hearing me explain this. This
Taylor.
is my based on guess. I'm sure he's
Taylor's
very.
fucking getting pissed.
Yes.
He's like, you got it wrong.
I think I'm on your side. I'm almost positive.
Aren't we all on the good side?
America? No.
Well, I mean, us.
So the
Are we
American
on the good side?
people, I am a part of the Free Palestine. I believe that.
Yeah.
Because also I just...
Hostages are bad.
So no, the Palestinians, not the people, but this group has hostages. And that is what Israel is bombing them over. But really, Israel, like, kind of like, they want the land. That's where Gaza Strip is and all that shit.
Yeah.
And so they are bombing the shit out of it, claiming that they'd stop if they got the hostages back. I don't believe it, but also they're not sending the hostages back, so that's also a weird fucking situation.
Yeah, so what's going on? What are we doing?
Ooh, fucking. And also this issue goes way further back, but also Israel's only been around since the 40s, but the people have always been there, but also the issue is the whole, they're God's chosen people, but we shouldn't draw lines based off a Bible.
Based off of religion.
But
then also, why are we getting involved?
Yeah.
Because aren't we involved in that too?
Yes. We are supporting Israel, which is why everyone's mad too.
Yeah, so also, how did we pick that side?
I think they've only been around since the 40s, but I think we probably helped create them. But also they are a place of, they are a more Jewish society that is still also the cradle of like Christianity and all of that.
And that's the historical
and
land.
that's part of it too. But also, I don't fucking know. I think this whole plan is a lot older than these religions, and that community we've reset before, and this is just our last checkpoint. And it's like in Memento, where he's like, well, this is what I know, so I'm going off of this. That's what we're doing now, but there's this whole fucking life.
There's all this other shit that
there's this whole world happening before it, and we're just killing each other over like drawn borders. Like they're not real.
Yeah, that's what's so insane is like some guy at some point was just like,
here,
this area.
And also, at some point was the 40s. That's a fucking issue.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the same with like a lot of Africa.
That's World War II.
Yeah, we took over like parts of Africa and then gave them their own sections. Like we grouped together people that don't like each other, and we split up groups that do, and it's all just fucking weird.
And we're just in charge for some reason.
I don't know. I don't know if we are just the guy in the prison who beat up the biggest guy at the time, and so we're just kind of running things as of now.
Is that because we took down Hitler? That's
a big part?
And so that's like
the end of World War II. We kind of
got some clout.
We grabbed everything and didn't let go.
Yeah.
But also
we did. That was good.
Yeah,
that was good.
But also,
props to America.
Fucking bombed the shit out of Japan.
After the war was over.
It was basically, I heard it described of, we dropped the first bomb to stop things, and we dropped a second bomb to prove we would do it again.
Yeah, which is
that is terrifying.
Yeah, why would we? Yeah.
Also, like before that, we had firebombed the shit out of Tokyo. Like I think that had more casualties. I'm not positive on that, but I think the firebombing of Tokyo did the most.
Jesus
which also
Christ.
makes sense because that's a more popular.
It's a more popular, but then also.
All right, because
the bombings.
Because I can't remember if it was Hiroshima or Nagasaki. That one of them was bombed over another place because a guy who was in charge of planning the attack had gone on a trip to the other place.
That's the only. I only know it from Oppenheimer.
Oh, it's in Oppenheimer, where he was like, we honeymooned there
because the president, and I don't know if that's real, but the president they were trying to pick places, and he goes, well, no, that place is beautiful.
Yeah,
and it's like that's how you decided that,
and so many people died because of that. It's fucking insane.
Yeah, that's what's so fucked.
But then also on the other side of history is Japan needed to be stopped. What they did to China, insane.
When was this?
World War II.
Oh, World War II?
There's this... because I'm just remembering some things. I believe it was the rape of King something similar to that, where they just demolished this area, destroyed, made families fuck each other, and then they'd cut their heads off.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and they were going with
fucked up
swords.
Shit.
I believe that was World War II. Same with I believe.
So now we're talking about two evils. Is that worse than an atomic bomb?
Who's to fucking say?
That's like.
Also, who's to know what history is true? History is written by the victors. Who fucking knows?
And also, when we grew up in America, we were
we were just told this is awesome.
Yeah, and we were like, yeah,
do it again.
Yeah, we're cool, rock and roll, baby.
It's fucking wild. That's why. That's the good thing about Hitler. It's just like
here we go again.
Just where it's just fucking evil, bad, little mustache. We hate it.
He wasn't to begin with.
I mean, sure, he was a good baby.
Wasn't he People's Man of the Year?
Yeah, he was still. Everything was in the works, though. It's just once he got things good, then he kind of started taking things his way.
I did, going back to the bombings recently.
Right, that's where we fucking started.
Yeah, with Papa T. Somebody was telling me, because I only know things from people telling me. Somebody's telling me.
That's all we all know,
though. Somebody was telling me that they think he did this because he's doing so poor.
Yes.
To distract from.
I mean, that's the idea of everything.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, let's focus on this now instead of being like, he's doing a bad job.
Yeah.
And it's just like, that's fucked.
Yeah.
So did people fucking die in the bombings, or
I
was
don't
it
know.
just sites?
I saw a thing that said that they were notified to evacuate or something, but who fucking knows if that's true too? I don't know.
Well, because I also heard that they got in and got out without them even noticing.
I mean, they noticed the explosions. But
Yeah, but it was like
it wasn't like a fight.
Yeah, like they just like I heard somebody was telling me that wherever they dropped them, the radars didn't even pick up their planes.
Ugh.
I mean, that's terrifying.
Because also, I believe the U.S. defense budget is higher than the next 25 countries combined.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
And that's just defense.
I mean, that's also offense. We just call it the defense
Yeah.
because
we got to seem cool.
yeah,
We don't want to. We don't want.
like this is our offense.
This is our offense.
This is to get you. Like,
Yeah, we're coming for you.
That would be.
This is not to defend our country.
This is just to fuck up your. Fuck! I never
Jesus.
thought that we never worded that
the,
way
the
because
Department
of
of Offense.
that. That would be terrifying.
Well, I wouldn't be shocked if Poverty changed it though to that.
Oh my god,
That'd be
yeah.
so scary.
Oof.
People wouldn't fuck with us then.
No, I mean,
Jesus.
honestly,
It's so
like,
scary.
America is not the best place, but please don't fuck with it. It is a machine when it gets going.
Yeah, I feel like that's what I'm worried is like because we did this. If they're gonna come and attack us now, then
We're just gonna wipe them out.
Then we're just gonna fucking
Yeah,
and then it's just gonna be bad.
so
I mean,
yeah,
it already is bad.
The idea,
Bombing's not good, but
yeah. So right now, kind of, the idea with what we did to Iran and the way Trump is wording it is he'd be like, and now it's over.
so he was just trying to shut down their nuclear. That was the whole reason of doing the bombs.
And like it's been discussed before doing this, but then he just did it.
That's so
They
he didn't
say-
even get approved to do it. He just did it.
That's what they say is that he didn't get congressional approval. This is also a week earlier, so we don't know what.
Yeah. Also,
comes
you guys are
out.
hearing this a week later. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I don't know what's out.
Yeah,
by now.
where it's at now, but
Yeah, because this happened 2 days ago. By the
Yeah.
time we're still talking about it. Yeah. By the time
It's
you might
all-
be hearing this and you're like, oh, we're ruined.
yeah,
guys.
you might not have self service anymore.
Which we said before on the pod. We go,
Yeah.
if you're listening to this, we made it.
Yeah.
We made it
A
through.
little farther.
Yikes.
Yeah, no, it's all weird, and I'm sure I got a lot of things wrong.
Hey, but I'm learning. That's what matters.
You might be learning the wrong thing.
It's better than knowing nothing.
That's true. Yeah, because at least
I don't know shit.
I at least know what people are saying about it. At least what some people are saying. It's just all exhausting. But also, like, who fucking knows? A week from now, maybe there'll be another, like, big riot because something bad happened to somebody and just we're dealing with that now.
Yeah, true.
Because
because I feel like
history doesn't fucking stop. It doesn't even slow for us anymore.
no, yeah, we're just constantly, and it's so wild to think like when we were growing up, the history books. What are the history? There's going to be a time where history books are talking about us, like in this era, which is so wild to think about because I'm like, oh, history's old, but eventually we'll be old.
Yeah, because, all right, so...
and eventually, like Papa T will be in the history books.
I mean-
because he was a president,
yeah,
so they will talk about what he did.
and who knows
And it's
how... depending how culture goes is how they'll reflect upon
Yeah,
it.
exactly. So like they could talk
We could
some
be
good
moving.
things.
We
or
could
some,
be moving further idiocracy too, though, and where they're like, he was the best.
Yeah.
and he led us to this society, and they think that this is a good one.
and then all the people that grow up in future generations don't know anything because they just know
know that.
they just
Yeah.
know what they were being told.
It's all Memento.
It comes back to Christopher Nolan.
But like honestly,
That's wild.
That is a good way to explain like that. Our life is just Memento, but imagine it's just passed down between people instead.
Instead of just one guy.
Yeah, instead of him remembering every 10 or forgetting every 10 minutes, it's every person forgets the last 100 years, or they're only known what was told to them from that.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, I don't know fucking shit from the 1800s.
Yeah, but
I barely know about the 13 colonies.
But there has been a complete path of dialogue from then to now that you have received.
yeah, and then that's what made me.
And you are continuing just that dialogue, and well,
It's also just stories too.
Yeah,
like,
it's the biggest game of telephone
It
you've
goes
ever
back to
played.
the Bible.
It goes way further back than that, though.
But like most of the stories from the Bible are just these stories that were handed, and it's like
Yeah.
how often did those stories change before they got put in this fucking
and
book?
they're rewritten
Yeah,
by
exactly.
a religion
and
that
then
did
translated.
adapt.
And it's just like that. Maybe you got to embellish it. You're right. If you're writing a story,
Well, yeah, now we have a Chicago Pope. Like, that's different than what we've had in the past. So, like, this religion does evolve with that.
yeah, it's just I don't know what to do. You just gotta keep. You just keep moving. You keep going.
Try to not, because I would get
Like
that,
I feel like
try to not keep your head down to it.
I feel like I'm just so ignorant.
Yeah.
And that's not a good way to be, but also you can't let it just take over.
That's the thing.
Like I feel like you gotta find a nice middle ground.
We
of
know
like,
too much now,
Yeah.
too. the smartphone is way too much information.
And like, it is nice to be able to know things.
Yes.
And to be up to date with like, oh, fuck, this bad shit's happening. This bad shit's happening. But you got to go through your day to day. Like, that's the tough part.
The weird thing is, though, is also I could probably incredibly easily start a conversation with a person in Iran or Israel off of my phone right now.
Yeah, right this second.
Like, without issue.
Yeah.
It would probably take me like 3 tries to get somebody to respond.
Yeah.
Because I could just go on Facebook, look up an event there, look at who's going to the event, message one of
somebody,
them.
and then with translations and all that stuff. Easy. Then also, you could get on your phone and fucking be so depressed in 10 minutes or less. Maybe 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And it's just like, that's not good, but you're also learning about the shit that's happening. I don't know. It's tough, dude.
Well, I mean,
Like,
we live...
being aware is good, but also being too aware is not good.
Right. Because the thing is, like, if you were in... I don't know when history was ever great, but, like, whatever the best day in England in year, like, 600, you know, they were around then.
Yeah.
You... like if you worked at a bar and you made some decent money and you were able to like have your own place and like you were able to live kind of a normal life for then, which probably was decent.
Yeah.
What the fuck was happening in South Africa?
You have
literally no.
You
clue.
have no idea.
Yes.
Well, and also I think back in the day, you would just hear about it like maybe once a week in the newspaper.
That you would literally never hear about. Though.
And you maybe hear about it a year later.
No, I'm saying like you're 600, England to South Africa. There's no. You're only England.
Yeah, that's true.
You don't know what goes on in like Asia or Europe.
And that's before you even know fucking America exists.
Yeah.
Like that's before Christopher Columbus and all that shit, right?
Yes.
Yeah, 1800s. Yeah, way before.
1492. Nope.
Close?
Nope. Several hundred years off. It seems like it's closer back then, but it's really not.
That's 4 generations of families.
Yeah, that's still the same amount of people take up that much space, and they don't even live as long.
Yeah, that means somebody's born and became a great grandparent, and then died, and then they still didn't discover America.
Sure.
You know, that's 4 generations. I just assume.
What do you consider a generation?
100 years.
How many people live to 100, and also no one has a kid at 100?
I know, but like that's just what I'm like.
No, 4 generations, I guess. So if you
because it's not very common to have 4 generations alive. That's
sure.
Like, that's my like.
So that
you have
you're
like
saying that's 100 years.
Yeah, so
okay.
So I'm saying like a great grandparent and then like a child because I remember hanging out with my
Baby
great grandparents.
to great grandparents.
But I don't think I ever met my great great grandparents. I don't think that's ever possible
No.
unless you. I think it is possible sometimes.
My niece had one. I don't think they ever met, but because my great
but
grandma
she was alive.
My great grandma died. I think less than a year ago. We talked about it on here.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Peggy.
Rest in peace, Peggy. But also, yeah, your niece was born.
Will you cheers my fucking great grandma?
Cheers
To Peggy.
to Bud Light, to the gays.
Sure, Peggy loved all of that.
Did she?
No, I don't know.
She probably hated them.
I really know very little about her.
Peggy's a great old lady name.
Yeah, I had a great grandma Peggy. That's awesome. She lived in South Dakota.
I just feel like there's grandparent names that we'll never have again. Peggy.
My grandma was Rita.
Rita's great.
Rita and Dixie are my great grandmas. Isn't that great?
Dixie's
awesome?
a great. I feel like that's a name that's still around in the South, though.
I don't know.
But I'm thinking Win Dixie. That's a dog.
Grandpa's. I have Robert.
That's my name.
I know.
That's Oppenheimer's name.
Mark.
Mark. Yep.
And then
I have an uncle Mark.
Oh shit. Randy.
Randy.
That's a good
You
one.
have a Grandpa Randy.
Mm-hmm. No, and
Randy's a fun name.
Randy and Dixie used to be married.
What's Randy's full name? Randolph.
I don't know. Probably.
And that's the guy from Monsters Inc.
Randolph?
What's the bad guy's name in Monsters
The
Inc?
villain in the first.
I think it's Randolph.
Maybe the crab guy.
Not the crab guy, the slimy guy.
Oh, is that Randolph? Damn, I heard someone talking about him yesterday. Yeah.
What?
I don't know. Fuck, is it Randolph? I was watching clips of Monsters University today.
Why?
Because I saw a video explaining that the jock from the fraternity that guy's in, he ends up married to the emo announcer.
Oh, shit. Okay.
They have a few kids together.
I've only seen Monsters University once.
I think I've seen it, once.
Because it was a disappointment. Because I love Monsters Inc.
It's definitely not, yeah.
But then also, there was like some shorts about Monsters Inc. that I discovered recently.
And that's where you find out that they're married, is in one of the shorts.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Their shorts look interesting because we were looking up the last great Pixar film off hour.
Right, yeah.
Because we have podcast discussions in real life.
Yeah, because we're
friends.
Job.
Well, because we're friends.
That too.
Old name. Oh yeah, Rita's a great name.
All right, so what were your grandparents' name? I know you had Kermit.
Yeah,
that's
so
great.
So my great grandparents, they were Gigi and Poppy. That's what we called them.
Sure.
But their real names were Kermit and oh fuck. I'm thinking Marilyn, but that's a different great grandma that I have. Marilyn's an old name.
Because I don't remember. I didn't learn any of my other great.
So my sister is two of my grandparents combined.
Oh.
So I have a grandma Marilyn and a grandma Anna.
They named her Renesmee.
And no, they named her Anna Lynn. And I'm like, that's wild because that's also a weird name.
You didn't get my reference.
What'd you say?
Renesmee.
What the fuck is that?
In Twilight. When they
never seen it.
I've never seen up to this point. When they have a baby. Because the vampire and Kristen Stewart
this is like the third movie?
I don't even remember how many movies there are. Because what is there, 4 books, 5 movies, or 3 books, 4 movies?
I think it's 3 books, 4 movies.
Okay.
Because it's part 1 and part 2, right?
Yeah.
Final Blood?
It's not even Final Blood. God damn it. Whenever you guess the Breaking Dawn.
Breaking Dawn part 1 and part 2, yeah.
If you never guessed anything, I would know so much more.
It's fun.
You take my thought and you just throw in and all I can think of is, that's wrong. But now whatever's right is just gone.
And you just think about.
So it's Eclipse, New Moon, Breaking Dawn, and Twilight? Probably.
I think it's Breaking Dawn part 1 and part 2, I think.
So 4 books, 5 movies.
Well, I think the movie is part 1 and part 2.
Yeah, so 4 books, 5 movies.
Sure.
Okay. But they have a baby. I think he opens up her stomach with his teeth.
Jesus. So she dies?
No, because she's going to die, and then he makes her a vampire so she lives. Because also, I think he like destroys her when they fuck on their wedding night, because they wait, which is also so funny to me. But then...
yeah, they play baseball, too.
Yeah, they do. That's the first movie. But yeah, they have a kid. It's this weird little CGI baby. And she wants to name him after 2 people. I don't know if it's grandparents or what. And one's Renee and one's Esme. So she names her baby Renesmee.
Renesmee.
And then that baby marries the werewolf. Yeah, he imprints on her. Or maybe doesn't marry, but they stay together forever. And it's like...
Jacob?
Yeah. Jacob Black ends up with this baby.
Because they don't age.
I don't know. I think the baby ages to a certain level.
Well, yeah,
and
the
then
baby
stops.
does. And then... But that doesn't make sense because she would be...
You think a werewolf would age?
Now we're asking the important questions.
Werewolves should age.
Werewolves
Vampires shouldn't, but werewolves should.
But no, he stays a teenager.
I don't know that.
Doesn't he in the movies, at least?
It's only 5 movies.
It takes place like that quick?
I mean, he cuts his hair. I know that.
And that's also Shark Boy?
Yes.
That's cool.
And also, I didn't know he cuts his hair because if you turn into a werewolf and you have long hair, the wolf's hair length is the same as your hair length.
That's fun.
Is it?
So if you have a long hair, you'll have like a shaggy haircut?
You would have like crazy long hair. That's why he cuts his hair.
I like that.
But like they never show what a hairy werewolf. But also like because also their werewolves are just big dogs.
Yeah. But what if if
you
you're
have body hair?
Yeah.
Like so, like this isn't the same as the top of my head. Like it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, the hair on my arm is longer than the hair on my head.
Now, yeah.
Because I shaved.
Mm-hmm. But yeah.
Interesting.
Renesmee. All right, so what's your great grandparents' names?
I feel like such a piece of shit because I can't remember my great grandma's name because it was Gigi and Poppy, and it was Kermit and I think it's an M name. Fuck, I feel so bad.
I mean, I only remember one.
They died when I was in high school.
That's pretty old.
That's pretty old, yeah.
I guess my great grandma died.
But also,
a year ago.
My mom. The reason I knew him so well is because my mom was born. My mom was the firstborn.
Okay.
And my grandma had her when she was young.
Mm-hmm.
And then my mom had me when she was like 20.
That's how my family was.
Yeah, so
that's why I had a great grandma because I think my grandma had my dad at 17 and my dad had 19 and then my dad had my sister at 19.
Yeah, so like when I was born, my great grandma was like 65. Yeah. You know what I mean? So like I was able to live with her for fucking 15 years, mm-hmm. 16 years. Yeah, and like when I was born, we used to go to their house all the time. And it was wild because they were like fully grown. Well, they were fully grown, but they were like fully functional adults. Like it's not like they were just in nursing homes. No, they had like a house and they were driving and like they would come to visit all the time.
Yeah, because my great grandma never went to a home, but I know her, rather one of her, I think it was one of her kids, destroyed her car just so she could like unplug like things from the engine just so
she couldn't. Yeah, and it is wild. I remember when my great grandpa got to a point where he like thought he could still drive, but we were like, "You can't, you shouldn't." But also, I'm starting to get to that point with my grandpa. and he drives a lot.
That sucks.
And it's just like every time I'm in the car with him, I'm like, Jesus Christ.
My grandpa, he will drive 40 on the interstate.
My grandpa has an iPhone, so like he'll be like fucking around on his iPhone.
Ooh,
yeah, and it's like
that's a bad old man thing.
Yeah,
that's not good.
He'll be like in the other lane. There was one time he was driving in the complete other lane, and we were like being like, "What does he do? What are you doing?" And he goes, "Well, it's so I can take this turn easier."
Nope.
And I was like, "I think you're just being
old."
Yeah. Like I think other cars can come. Like we were on like a one-way highway, you know, or two-lane highway, and he was in the other lane.
He was like, "This isn't where you're supposed to be, no matter what."
Yeah, it was terrifying.
Oh, I'm so scared of like when my parents get old. I don't ever want to have to tell them what to do.
Well, eventually you have to. Someone has to. I don't think that's your job.
Oh, it's my sister's job for sure.
Yeah, Haley's gonna take care of it.
Yeah, that is not on me, and I'm.
You just gotta show up and have fun.
Yeah.
If anything, they'll like live with her.
I mean, over me probably.
100%.
Oh yeah, I guess look around, and then you look. I guess you haven't seen her house, but it's nicer than mine.
Well, I can assume 100. Yeah, she lives the most normal
like
adult,
suburban, good,
just
works
like
at a bank.
Like, it's just like she has like the American life.
Yeah, I mean, she truly has
and then
achieved the.
You and your other sister are just doing your own thing.
We're doing modern American life.
Yeah, you're doing what you want to do.
But also, like, I feel like this, like, what I'm doing is trying to catch up to what what we thought we were supposed to do, and then so I'm just
you have a house,
yeah,
and you're starting to mow.
Yeah, I've mowed a lot. I mowed this week.
Proud of you.
Thank you.
I'm gonna mow my parents' yard.
How's that? Horrible. This
I
week?
like it. I like mowing. Mowing's not bad.
Yeah, you always did. I never even told my intro story.
What the fuck?
Yeah, we're at 52 minutes.
I haven't talked about anything.
We've talked about a lot of stuff in the world. All right, do you want to do this as a break point, and then I can tell the intro story?
Yeah, we probably should.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll do like jazz. Something. Yeah. Insert jazz.
And then, for the intro story. All right, well, we're lubed up for it.
Jesus. I thought we were talking for like 30 minutes.
I know. That's where I was like, I wonder what we're at. 52. What was the first conversation?
Memento? We talked about Christopher Nolan films.
That is true. That was what started.
And you kept tying back to it.
I was very proud of that.
Yeah.
And it made sense to
It
me.
made sense, but then people are going to be like, I've never seen it.
Oh, yeah. Did I give away something?
No.
Also, the movie's 2001 or whatever.
But also, like, I don't think there's any giving away.
No, because I remember I listened to a podcast recently where she said, and it's like Memento. And I have no idea what that even means today, where she described like what she did in a podcast to Memento.
Well, and also like, it's just a story told not linear.
It's just like chips.
Because like, I don't even know what the movie's about. Him killing a guy?
Kind of.
Is that the plot?
I think it's about like how you just revenge takes over your life, and it's all you think about, and
But you just get distracted by the way it's told.
Yeah, it's so good. All right, either way,
you gotta watch Tenet, dude.
Yeah, I'm sure Tenet's good.
I loved it.
I made a fool of myself recently.
Okay, you made a fool of himself. I always like when you make a fool of yourself.
This was a bad one.
Were you in public?
Yes.
Oh,
all
fuck yeah.
So it was after work on Friday.
Yeah. Okay, so you got off at like 5?
Oh, wait, no, maybe
Saturday?
Maybe it was Saturday. Because when did I have a drink after work?
That was Friday.
Okay, so it was after Friday.
Yeah, because you got 2 free drinks.
So I got a drink after you, or with you, after work. You were working. What?
He maybe got it for free from me.
Shit, you're going to get fired. They listen to this.
I hope not.
That'd be so funny.
I said maybe. You can't prove it. He paid with cash.
Allegedly.
He paid with cash.
All right, but yeah, so I grabbed a beer after work to hang out with you while you were bartending. And I swung by this other bar that is right next to where Izzy works, and we're friends with the owner. And he gave me a free drink because also he walked up. He's like, all right, what do you want to drink? I was like, yeah, I will have a drink. I'll do an old fashioned. He's cool. And then I was like, what do I owe you? He's like, oh, nothing. I offered it. I'm like, no, you asked if I wanted. That's what you do as at a bartender.
Nothing. I offered it.
Yeah, I was like, no, that's not how this works.
That's incredible. Yeah. You walk into a bar and sit down. Oh, what can I get you? I'll take a beer.
All right, since I offered.
It's like, no, you came to me.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
I knew he wanted to give me a free drink either because also Izzy helped him get the job, and now he's a manager of a...
Oh, it's that guy?
Yeah, and he's great.
Yeah.
And I've just wanted to hang out at the bar for a second. I hung out for a while.
Yeah, and I've never really hung out like at Allegedly's. That place is cool, yeah.
And he's done a lot of cool shit for him. We talked a lot about that.
Yeah, because I don't really know the new guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I was feeling good. 2 free drinks.
Yeah.
Was on my
Well,
way.
you got an old fashioned, right?
Yeah. So
Yeah,
feeling
you had
good.
a pseudo sue and an old fashioned. Those are 2 great drinks.
Yeah. No, it was a great day. Walked back to my car, drove home. I was like, I want to get food now because I was like,
You don't want to leave, yeah.
Yeah. What? Yeah. Once I'm home, I'm gonna get home. So I was like, I'll just run to McDonald's. I get their $5 meal. It's nice.
What's their $5 meal?
$5 meal? The one I get is a McDouble, 4 McNuggets, a small fry, and a small drink.
I need to start doing that.
So and it's $5.
Yeah, that's great. Because I'm doing a McDouble McChicken and it's fucking $11.
Yes, or you can do a McChicken, 4 nuggets, and a small fry.
That's great.
Yes,
because you get the different tastes.
So when Izzy and I go, we'll get 2 of them, and rather I'll get my McDouble, a McChicken, or nuggets, and 2 things, and she'll get a McChicken and chicken nuggets, or she'll get a McDouble, and then I just give her my 4-piece.
So she gets 8 nuggets and you get 2 sandwiches.
Yeah,
that's
it's
great
for $10.
Yeah,
it's so
that's
fucking nice,
incredible.
Yes, highly recommend. Any
Yeah,
place
I wish
that
I
does
had
like one of those bag things, do it.
I wish I had someone to go to a restaurant with. I do.
Yeah, Rob's got a lady. She's nice.
She is nice. She doesn't want to be talked about.
We'll just refer to her as the lady.
She's a lady.
Well, she hates that.
You are. You can't get mad at that.
Wait, wasn't there one where you called somebody cute and they were like, "No, I'm." What was that?
Yeah, so it was when I think it was the name of an episode.
I think it was too.
I'm not cute. I'm a woman.
And you're just like, you can be both.
Yeah, it's like you can.
It's okay.
That was like I think when I first downloaded Tinder.
You're just like,
and it was
this
my
is not
first.
for
I was my
me.
first match, and I go my opening line was, "Hey, you're cute."
Yeah.
And she goes, "I'm not cute. I'm a woman."
And you're like, oh.
And I'm just like,
Uh-oh.
is this what it's like?
I don't remember how this goes.
Fuck. I should have just been like, "Hey, you're a woman," and then they go, "I'm not."
Yeah.
Fuck.
Oh, I do remember once I matched with somebody, and no shame on the what's the word? Fuck, just a second. Well, you're not man or woman, non-binary. No shame
Yeah,
on the non-binary game. But I just I like throwing words together. So I was like, "Hey, pretty lady," and she's like, "I'm not a lady." I was like, "Hey, pretty person." Sorry, and that just ruined. They did not like me after that.
Sidebar. I forgot what we were talking about.
McDonald's.
Oh, McDonald's. So we'll get back to that, and also get back to making a fool of yourself.
Yeah,
Is
well, that's
that-
at the McDonald's.
Okay, that's at the McDonald's.
Yeah, don't you worry.
Were you when you were on the dating apps? Did you ever match and talk to somebody that was like? There was a few times where I'd match with somebody, and then they'd go like, "Oh, just so you know, I'm like transitioning or something." Yeah,
Yeah.
And I was like,
All
"Yeah,
right.
we'll see what happens."
Yeah.
Like I was like, I don't care.
No,
Like I was, yeah.
no, I talk to trans people
Yeah,
all the time.
yeah.
Yeah, and like, I don't know.
I don't know. I was like, you're cute in your photos.
It was
You know, it's
Pride
like,
Month.
yeah. We're allowed to talk about it.
Yeah. Well, and also
Next week for the boys.
No, yeah. I mean, it is weird when people get like angry about that because also,
I mean, I get that they're being like they want to be upfront because I know some people aren't into that.
Yes.
But I'm like, oh, that doesn't like. I appreciate you telling me that just so I'm aware of it. But I'm like, hey, see what happens.
yeah,
you know?
I wonder like what like the system of is because I'm sure everybody's figured out like what's the best way to bring that up because I bet it goes horrible sometimes.
Well,
You're just
yeah,
like,
I bet
"Oh."
they, and that's what sucks.
Well, yeah, because you can't like surprise that on somebody, but also like
Yeah, you don't want to do a little shy surprise and be like, there's a double penis.
That's double penis. Oh, yours.
Yeah, yours.
okay, gotcha.
And you go, there's 2, and I didn't expect that.
Yeah.
That'd be wild.
Yeah.
If you thought you were hanging out with a woman,
But,
they are a woman.
yeah.
But yeah, you know what I mean? But you're like, it'd be wild if like you were.
That would be a hell of a surprise.
Yeah.
Hey, butt stuff.
Yeah, I just think that would really throw me for a curve.
Sure,
If
yeah.
I was like making out with somebody and then like went down and I
Sure.
was just
Yeah.
like,
If you.
or
yeah,
like, or
no,
my
if-
hands went down and I was just like, what the fuck?
I mean, or if you just pulled it down and got smacked with the uppercut.
yeah, and
that'd
it's bigger than mine.
yeah.
That's the fear, probably.
Probably. I mean, yeah, but also I bet some people fucking love it.
Love doing the surprise.
Oh no, I'm saying bigger than yours.
Oh yeah, some people do.
Well, honestly, I think I would.
And then they would just be the dominant one.
No. No, there's still, like if there's still a lady and like they're
Oh, okay.
still,
And then you just got a big toy.
it's just something to look at.
Yeah.
I'm honestly, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So if you were to date a trans person,
Yeah.
you want them to have a bigger dick than you?
Maybe not big, not necessarily bigger, but like I wouldn't mind something to look at.
Yeah, if it was pretty.
Yeah.
If it
Oh,
was
I mean, yeah,
if it was
absolutely.
a pretty dick.
I enjoy a feminine dick.
Feminine, yeah, kind of pretty.
I've looked at them online.
Ooh.
Yeah. I guess I haven't ever partook, but like I've seen them.
I've seen them too.
And you're just like, not bad.
I'm just like, okay, yeah, better than mine.
Yeah. That's
My
that's
dick
usually
doesn't.
it.
My dick doesn't look good.
Sure. And you have breasts to match.
Yeah, I know. Like it's like, dang, you got boobs And a nice penis?
If you got a nice penis and boobs, what a life.
Yeah.
What a life, honestly.
I mean, they're going through a lot of hardship.
Yes, that's true.
don't say what a life.
Sorry about that.
What a life.
I mean, if you're doing well with them, that's got to be great.
What a life. Sorry, going back to how you became a...
Right, yeah.
I think you just did make a fool of yourself.
Okay, but you understand what I mean with that.
get what
You
you're
got
saying.
great tits and a great dick.
Yeah, like...
That's pretty cool.
What a life.
Yeah. I guess, yeah, not even always in the positive, but like still, what a life.
What a life. I mean, yeah, that's the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Yeah. Because then you could have, like, fucking... It'd be weird to have boobs, but, like, imagine if you just had nice boobs.
And also, like, yeah.
And you can just use them to your advantage.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
I mean, if you could have tits for a day, I would do it for... If someone offered you great boobs, but you have to keep them for 1 year, would you? I'll say you can go back to normal afterwards, just to experience it, but you have to do it for a full year once they're in.
I feel like it would be a lot to get used to.
I mean, yeah, that's a whole wardrobe change.
Yeah, it's a whole wardrobe change, and then also people are going to look at you differently. And also, I'm bearded, so I'd be a bearded woman.
They've been known.
Yeah. But then also, it would be like wild because I'd be like, let me show a little skin.
Yeah, to play the cleavage game, that'd be fun.
You can tease people with boobs.
That's true. Yeah, and also like
people, it
they're
would be
flashy and they're nice.
It would be weird because people look at boobs.
Yeah.
People notice boobs.
Yeah, I wonder what the difference would be with your head.
That would be weird.
Hovering over some nice old titties.
What do you think? And they go,
hey, but you'd probably make more tips.
I don't know. I
bet one night, one guy gives you $300.
Yeah. But then I'd get a lot of zero tips.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
So would you do it?
I'd be curious. I don't know if I could commit to a full year.
You'd have to. That's the name of the game. And like, you'll probably have to go to like one serious funeral in this next year. So think about that.
Fuck. Like the biggest problem is the wardrobe change.
Wardrobe change would suck because it's not like you're going to wear dresses because it's not like you want to dress that way.
No, I think I could because I've had people wear my t-shirts before. And
That's true.
And
they have boobies.
And it's like, and I'm like, damn, you make that t-shirt look good.
Yeah, so you could... Yeah. Your YouTube views would probably go up.
Yeah, or
people would stop talking about your nail polish.
Yeah, they'd go, really you guys are really gay.
This is really bad.
Yeah. They go, not to judge, but are you guys fucking? We get comments like that sometimes.
Really?
Not like that.
Suppose we don't.
We don't get comments. That's why. We're not big enough. We're not big enough for comments.
If we were, they would hate us.
But would you do it for a year?
Yes.
Oh, okay, hands down.
Yeah, Izzy would be fine with it.
Well, it gives her someone to play with.
Well, and also, like, yeah, it's not like she's opposed to him.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
your lady would be fine with it too. Yeah.
Everybody that I date is bisexual,
That's
so
true,
if anything,
yeah.
they would like me more. If
That's true.
If
yeah.
anything, they'd be like, "Can you keep him forever?" And I'm like, "My back hurts."
Well, because that's the issue. Is if I got him, I'd want some honkers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like what are we talking? Triple?
I would say.
I mean, you have a tiny frame.
I would say.
So for you, I think C cup would look pretty good, pretty big.
That's what you think I'd look best at?
Because you're tiny.
I got 32C. I don't know what 32 actually
I think
means.
that's your waist.
I don't think it's your waist. I don't think they measure your waist when they're talking about your tits.
I think it is.
No, I think it's still around. I don't know what like the D like because I think it's all size.
It's cups.
It's size and shapes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not your waist.
I think your waist has to do something with it.
No.
I've never bought a bra, so
that's fair. No, a good C.
Yeah, I think a C would look good on you.
You'd have to go big.
I go.
You'd have to.
I got a bigger frame.
Yeah, you'd have to go double.
I'd go
D's.
You think double? You don't think normal D's would look good on me?
No. You'd be embarrassed with them.
What if you get boobs, but it's A?
I mean, I like A cups, but like,
so do I.
I wouldn't want. If I'm gonna have boobs for a year, I'd want.
But then it would feel weird because it's just like you just gotta. And I already have an A cup.
That's true. Yeah,
so
you could throw something around those.
Yeah, perk them up.
Yeah.
But it's like, it'd be weird where it's like you got them, but you didn't specify.
Remember when I said I had a story to start this?
Yeah, sorry.
We just aren't there anymore.
McDonald's, make a fool of yourself.
Yeah. All right. So I pull up to the McDonald's. I have to pee, so I actually park and I'm gonna go in.
Okay.
So I go in.
Yeah, because you've had 2 drinks.
Yeah, and I just really had to pee. So also, this McDonald's has like a fancy like sheetrock wall on the inside.
Like the all of the interior.
Like the big wall on the inside is like a sheetrock, like fancy ass wall. It's stupid. Like
what McDonald's did you go to?
the one closest to where I live.
Let's dox him. The address is on the screen right now.
Look for the sheetrock. But like it was really fancy, and I didn't like that for a McDonald's. I miss one.
It is weird. It is weird. McDonald's are becoming like fucking corporate.
Yeah, I miss sitting on like a weird shaped French fry. Like that was so much better. But anyway, so yeah, I do that order. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get myself a treat. So I get a shake. So I get, and that only adds like $2 to this meal. So it's $7, and you get a shake. Yeah.
I always forget they have shakes.
Oh my god, that's all I get there. It's a real
because I only get shakes during March from Shamrock Shake. What chocolate?
Yeah. Chocolate.
Are they good? They have good shakes?
They're very chalky sometimes, which I don't mind. Like they're not bitters. That's not the right word, but no, I guess chocolate does go bitter.
Yeah. I think you just like chalky things because you were talking about how you like Gatorade more than Gatorade.
That's not chalky though. That's like wetter.
Powdery.
No, it's not powdery. Stop guessing. I explained it. It's kind of like when you eat Jell-O, and it feels almost like wetter than water.
Okay, yeah.
You don't know what I mean. You're just saying things now. All right, but I grabbed the shake, and it's got some whipped cream on top, and it, like when you grab it, you squeeze it, and it like puffs up a little bit.
Oh yeah, because it has that cool like little top.
Yeah,
like it has a slushy top. Yeah.
So I go while I'm walking out. I got that one hand, my food in the other. I go and I just like kind of suck on the top of the whipped cream. I go.
Oh, and you inhaled
I
it?
spit it right on the floor.
Oh shit!
In front of a person at McDonald's. I inhaled it.
Because it went too deep and you coughed it up.
And just coughed it right back up.
So just a dollop of whipped cream. But it was all snotty and shit.
It wasn't snotty. It was more spread out than I wish. It wasn't even a blob.
Because also when whipped cream hits the floor, it goes.
Yeah.
That's a good sound.
Yeah. Whipped cream on the floor.
Just like it like one of those things hitting. And did they look at you?
Yeah, they did. And then I went.
And this is at a nice McDonald's.
Yeah, it's
got the sheetrock.
And then I put up my bag, no napkins in it. So then I turn around, grab napkins on the floor, wipe it up, and then I go, "It's okay. I want to help."
It is.
I don't even respond to that. Yeah, and then I just walk out with my head down.
It is so embarrassing when you make a mess, and they go, "We'll clean it up," and you go, "No, I gotta clean it up.
I did this.
I gotta clean it up." When I was bartending, somewhat recently. Somebody spilled a drink and I was like the only bartender and they were like, "Oh, can I get a few towels to help clean it up?" And so I gave them towels, but I was the only bartender, so I couldn't leave my bar. So I just like
watched them.
I just watched them clean it up.
Do you have a busy bar?
No.
Yeah, so you could have done it.
I could have helped.
Yeah.
But I was just like, I don't want to clean this up. But it is weird because it's just like, at least you're cleaning it up. Because some people would spill a beer and they go, "Don't be nervous.
Don't tell anybody."
Yeah, and then it's just sticky and a mess.
Yeah, but also like at that bar, since I take care of the games, I would rather clean it up myself if someone's wiping.
Yeah,
on
because
things.
I just gave them rags and I made one wet.
Throw it at them.
Yeah, here you go. Dan, that's.
Yep, just hocked up some whipped cream at McDonald's and they just looked at me. It sucks that I love that McDonald's.
I know you're embarrassed to go back.
No, because I'll just go drive through from here on out, which is my go-to anyways.
Yeah, it's weird that you went in, but you went in
I had
because
to
you had to
pee.
pee. Yeah, I get it.
It's also like it was weird, like nobody's there.
It is weird. Do they have at that McDonald's like the self order?
So I didn't even talk to somebody until I cleaned things up.
I hate that.
Yes.
I hate going to like the fucking
and I'm just poking on a screen.
Yeah. And also like I feel like sometimes you're like, why isn't this available?
Right, yeah. It like sometimes like the deals are harder to find and shit like that.
Yeah. Instead of just being like, can I do this?
Yeah, can I just ask you and then you do it?
I think you cancel the order at the
I bet
fucking
they get so annoyed
at the
every
counter,
time
but
now.
then also when you walk in, there's nobody at the counter.
Yeah.
And you feel like, are you open? It's weird.
I mean, it's the same with like, besides like Aldi and Fairway. I don't know when anyone like cashes me out.
The Aldi that I go to is self checkout.
Oh, really?
There are like one or two ones that aren't, but most of them are self checkout.
Shit, because mine isn't.
Okay, yeah.
But like Walmart, I never talk.
And at
to
Walmart, I go
anybody.
to self checkout.
And like even at, like when I go to like Home Depot, where I'm like buying stuff,
Self checkout.
and like people are on my ass about getting things rung in right. And I'm like, then why don't you fucking do it? How about I hand you these things and you know what they are? Instead,
That is weird about Home Depot is like most of the shit is like weird stuff.
well, because
it doesn't have like
if you get like 10 of these screws, I take a photo of what kind of screw it is because they're just loose fucking screws.
yeah, it is because it's not like you're buying a bag of screws that has a receipt on it.
Yeah,
or
I bought 15 feet of chain the other day.
Yeah,
for
and that doesn't have a
table.
barcode on it.
No, it's just a chain that I cut up.
That
And
you
I
cut.
had to do the math of like, I guess it's 15 feet.
So you just guess.
I mean, like I plugged in, like I didn't like lay them all out, but I was like, all right, well, I have 4 of these cut to this length and 2 of these cut to this length. That should be 15.
And you actually had 20 feet.
I don't think so.
He's a fucking thief.
No, you're the thief. We talked about that last week.
I'm not a snitch. That's what we talked
But
about.
you are a thief.
I have been known to steal in the past, but I don't do that anymore. But it's time to get moist. Welcome to the Moist Money Podcast.
Happy Pride, everybody.
So earlier in our conversation, we talked about tipping
Yes.
a little bit, and it kind of reminds me of a story I want to tell. So I'm a bartender.
Wow.
Wow.
We should start a podcast about that.
About how poor I am at being a bartender.
Like a poor person.
Yeah,
podcast.
but it's like spelled like a joke, like POUR, like you're pouring beer.
Oh, that's so
That'd be a good idea.
We should do that.
And we can be Des Moines' top bartender.
Shout out to Poor People Podcast.
Yeah, check it out.
Our buddy Jaden has a podcast too. He's been on this a few times.
Yeah, and he's a Nazi. Remember?
Yeah, I do remember. That was an old bit.
No, it was last time he was on. That was the entire episode. It's just we just kept, and he got really mad.
Did he?
Because I put his face on a emoji Nazi, and that's just on the internet. I haven't talked to him.
He hasn't talked to us much.
Yeah, I haven't talked to him in months. I don't think I've seen him since your wedding.
I've chit chatted with him a few times here and there. I just don't talk to people very much.
Yeah, like I just don't. I don't hang out with
anyone
really because I'm just so
you
busy.
Come over once a week, and that's enough for me.
And then I do hang out with Wes, and then
yeah,
a lady,
his lady.
But I was bartending Saturday night, and bartenders make their living on tips.
Yes,
and I know that is kind of controversial, but it's not my fault.
Yeah,
like we literally get paid $4 an hour.
But usually you don't get any of that money because of the tips you make. Balances out.
Yeah, so it's like
I don't think Izzy's made a paycheck in
I still
years.
get a paycheck.
Because you do kitchen.
Because I do kitchen. So like
so
I'll
really
still get like
your bartending stuff takes away more from your kitchen.
But like
stuff.
yeah, so every 2 weeks I get a paycheck for like $200.
Okay.
So it's not much, but it's something.
That's at least substantial.
Plus cash, yeah.
Yeah.
But we make our money on tips.
Yes.
So, and I know that like some people don't like to tip, or some people tip over too much, and like it's nice, and it's just you can't control it. We live in a fucking fucked up economy where servers need tips.
My personal view is I wish I didn't have to tip. What I paid is what I paid, and that the servers just made more money.
Yeah, but we don't live in that society.
Yes, so I tip.
Yeah. So, and I think most people do. But Saturday night, I was bartending. That's one of our busiest nights at the barcade. Luckily, it did get busier. But then our internet went down.
Oh shit!
And it was down it went down at like 9:30, and it was down till bar close.
Fuck.
So I didn't get my tip out because it stayed out. Mm-hmm. And what sucks about having the internet down, because we do everything on like this app called Toast.
Yeah, which I guess I don't know if that's nationwide, but it's everyone around
here uses Toast, and it's just like a nice easy app.
I know of, yeah.
But when the internet's down, you're not allowed to start tabs because because it can't connect to bank accounts, so someone could rack up a tab if the internet's down, and then not actually
the card could not even be connected.
Doesn't go through. Yeah, so you got to close the tab every time.
Sure.
So I was dealing with closing tabs for 5 hours straight on a busy night.
Yeah,
and that sucks. Instead of just adding to a tab,
right?
There was this group that showed up, and if they would have started a tab, I might not have gotten as mad.
Pause. I snorted out blood. Jesus.
What the hell?
I don't know. I got a bloody nose earlier today too. I haven't gotten these in forever.
Jesus Christ! I just now see all the blood.
Yeah.
Oh, now it's in your mouth. Jake is bleeding. It's gonna come back to you. You're gonna have that in your nose. Every time I do that, I always get so nervous to take it out because like it dries, but then you have to pull it so it reopens.
Yeah, but it could just start again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a bloody nose earlier in the shower. I haven't had one in a while.
I haven't had a bloody nose in a while either.
I used to get them a lot because of freak show stuff.
That makes sense because you're shoving fucking nails and Allen wrenches. And
yeah, there you go. Yeah, because it's always my right nostril that bleeds because this is the one I always use for the blockhead.
Is your other one just? I think it's just because it's shifted over.
Probably.
I'm guessing your canal is just shifted over. Yikers.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't gotten one in a while, but earlier today I just did that where you like, dude, that's a little too hard, and then you're just like, oh shit.
Right. And also it's been hot, so you're probably dry and
maybe
allergies.
I never know what that is.
Yeah, I don't know either.
All right, but continue.
Yeah. All right, so I was bartending Saturday night, and I don't think I would have been as annoyed if they would have just started a tab and then just paid at the end.
Sure.
But because I had to close out their tab every time, this drove me nuts. So there was this group of people, they were there for hours.
Yeah.
It was like, I think it was like 2 couples. And they would they would come up and they got pretty drunk. They were doing like double dragon bombs. So it was like a custom shot that I make, like custom bomb, which is a Dragonberry Bacardi and watermelon pucker with some Red Bull. Pretty good.
All right.
Pretty good. Double dragons, it's always nice and easy. And then they were ordering custom cocktails off our menu, you know, like Princess Peaches, Captain America's. That's custom cocktails I make. So I'm actually doing work.
Yeah.
And so they would order like 3 custom drinks and then like 3 double dragon bombs. And so their bill would be like $35.
Yeah.
And I'd close them out.
Every time.
Every time. And then I would give them the receipt with their card back. And then I'd have to enter the receipt for the tips. They would write 0.
Oof, every time?
Every time.
Do you ever get a tip from them?
No. I think maybe once. But it was like $1. But I was like...
Because there is the idea of like, you could give one big tip and be like, hey...
Yeah, that's what... If maybe if it was just a tab...
Yeah.
And then they would have... Maybe not tipping is...
It's bad.
But also, sometimes people don't tip because they don't fill it out.
Sure.
And I understand that because
a 0, yeah.
But they literally wrote 0.
Yeah, it sucks.
And it happened so many times. And what's wild is it wasn't just that group. So they were doing it a lot, but then there were a few other people because we had to keep closing it out.
Yeah.
That like I would go to enter and they would write a 0
every time.
And when I'm entering it, I go, oh, cool.
Yeah.
I understand like if you ordered a High Life and I went to the fridge and just all I did was crack a beer for you and gave it to you. I even then I'd still tip $1.
Yeah, at least.
Yeah. But I get that more because I did less work. I'm just literally handing you a liquid.
Well, that's
like,
always the conversation with tips.
But like when I'm like I'm pouring a drink, I'm shaking something in front of you.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know, it's
making
work.
a few things.
It's work for me. And it's a big order, like making 3 shots, making 3 different types of drinks. And then every time it's a 0, I'm just like,
sucks. Yeah.
And then they kept coming back up and I go, I'm less motivated to help you.
Right. Yeah. Like
I don't care, but I have to help you. And I know you're going to give me 0 again. That's what's so fucked about it.
I remember when I worked at Pizza Hut because of the delivery driver, I made less money.
Yeah.
There's a guy who ordered a pizza every day, never tipped.
Jesus Christ.
And like you would see the address and you're like, fuck. All right. Well, this is just a waste of 20 minutes.
But you have to. That's what sucks is you have to do it and you know that you're not going to get tipped. It's so fucked. And like, this is my first time. I'm sure people that have been in the industry for a while have dealt with that before.
Ooh, yeah. I wonder what the biggest bill is he's gotten stiffed on is.
I mean, I've gotten stiffed where it's like, oh, this is like an $80 bill and they give me like 5.
I mean, like 0.
Yeah, but getting a 0 sucks. Like that. But this is like the night when I really noticed it because I was entering bills so often because we had to keep closing out. But I have a feeling we were already talking about Papa T. Huh? I have a feeling this is going to become more common because Papa T is working on getting rid of taxation on tips.
Yeah.
Which is a great idea.
Well, the issue is he put it in the middle of this giant bill. And so now when people are against certain parts of this bill, like one of which is like you can't limit or like states can't limit it's confusing. It's something about AI and that you can't like limit it.
But then that's
for the next 10 years.
But that's also in the tip bill?
Yes. It's his big, beautiful bill, which just means that you can
combine shit in the same thing.
That's all they do. It's never just like, hey, this idea, let's vote on this. It's always this, but also with this and that.
Is that so they can get away with shit?
Yes. And it's that's
so fucked.
And so that other people can give them money and then their stuff slips into these.
Jesus.
So this is a huge one, like hundreds and hundreds of pages. And some of them are about no bill on no tax on overtime and tips. So
which the idea of that is awesome because I don't make
but
money.
They don't believe in it enough to make it its own thing. They put it in these so they can be like, when people vote it down, they're like, oh, they're voting out.
They're voting
against this.
They're voting against the working class.
Yes. So that is right now what my political ads on the TV are.
Damn. Are against the tips?
No, it's in Iowa of this person voted yes on this and this is why it's good. But then on the other side, they'll say this person voted yes on this and this is why it's bad. It's the exact same bill. And then the negative is there too.
Jesus Christ.
No, it's...
Well, I looked it up because I didn't know it was a whole bill. I looked it up this morning about like the qualifications for it. And what I did find, and it's not like official yet, obviously, because it hasn't been passed or anything, but what I did find was you have to make less than $160,000 a year in tips to not get taxed on it.
You have to make less than?
Yeah.
Okay, so that'd be you.
Yeah, but I'm like, what server, bartender, tip job is making $160,000 a year?
A lot of them.
Really?
Not around here, but yes.
Like if you work in like New York City, you're making that much money as a bartender?
6 figures a bartender? Yeah, absolutely.
You're approaching
Yeah.
I guess that's still 6 figures.
Or like a fancy place. Or other jobs that you get tipped.
That's insane.
Tattoo artist. I'm tipping hundreds sometimes.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
But I'm making fucking like 25,000
Yeah.
a year, bartending where I'm working.
Yeah.
Which sucks ass.
Uh-huh.
But like, it's nice. I like bartending. It's fun.
So like I agree with that. 160,000 seems fair. If you make over that, then you should pay your tip.
Yeah, then you should because
tax.
you're still making a decent amount of money.
But he's also in that bill is a bunch of tax cuts for like multimillionaires.
See that I didn't know it was all under one bill. See, that's so frustrating because I heard that I just learned about this bill recently because I was complaining about this tip situation to a lady,
Just a lady or your lady?
my lady,
Your lady.
but I don't want to say any more.
Right.
She might get mad.
I hope not.
She's not going to get mad.
Okay.
Please.
So I call Izzy my lady.
Yeah, my lady. Yeah. But I was talking to her about it, and she just was like, well, I think people are going to start tipping less because they go, oh, you're getting this income tax free. And I'm just like, oh, I didn't even think about that. Because if it does pass, people are going to be like assholes and be like, oh, you're making a ton of money. I don't have to tip you because you don't have to claim it.
I could see that. That could be the other
And
side
it's like,
of
that's fucked.
because people are just always looking for an
They're
excuse
looking
to
for an
be
excuse
shitty.
they're looking for an excuse to get out of not paying for it. And it's like, I get what you're
That is
saying because I
fair.
don't have to pay taxes on this, but also I'm still making only $4.
I still need the money.
I'm still only making $4 an hour. I need your fucking tip money. And that's not my, like, it's just the industry we live in. Like,
Ooh, so that could
we
be
should
good.
make a fucking
Yeah.
decent wage.
I mean, yeah.
What's insane because it's state by state. So like literally
minimum wages.
well, no, like server and bartender stuff.
Okay.
Because we have an up down because we work at up down a local bar game. We have an up down in Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Yes.
4 hours away from us. Their like state law is that they have to make minimum wage as servers and bartenders.
Ooh, and what's Minnesota's minimum wage?
Yeah. So
12
yeah,
or more?
12 or more. So they make, because one of our buddy Hunter went up and bartended there.
Yeah.
So they make a minimum. They make minimum wage plus
Damn.
tips.
That's
So then
nice.
they're making. That's when you're making money.
Yeah, that would
Like
be
if I was
fucking
making,
nice.
if I was making fucking $14 an hour, that sucks. But if I was leaving $200 a night,
Yeah.
that's
And then also-
every 2 weeks getting a paycheck, then
Yeah.
I'd actually be able to live my life.
Is because isn't Iowa minimum wage still like 7 something?
I think it's like $8.25.
Okay.
That's the last I checked.
Sure.
But
That's
it's
wild.
still terrible.
But also, do you remember? I was thinking about this the other day. In high school, I worked for I don't even think $8 at the movie theater.
My first job, $7.75.
I think that's what my first like 2 or 3 jobs were. I made commission at Jersey.
And I think that was minimum wage back in the day.
Yeah. So I made minimum wage and I worked like 35 hours a week. But I remember having money.
Oh yeah. I had so much, especially like I mean, I get
senior
it.
year of high school. I guess
I guess in high school because you're not paying bills.
I sold a car and I sold stuff and I was making 7 something an hour for 35 hours a
But
week.
you're doing a car payment, but you're not paying $800 in rent.
Yeah, I guess
think-
that's true.
And also, but when we lived together and I was like 21, I feel like I was on top of my financials. I guess I did make a little bit more as a carpenter, but I was still making maybe $14 or $15 an hour.
Sure.
So not great, but I feel like I had so much money because
Yeah.
we were splitting rent and then also like utility. I just feel like when you're
Probably
in
paid like $500 a month back then for everything.
For everything.
Yeah.
And now I'm paying like fucking $1,300 a month.
Yeah, I'm paying probably close to $1,000 a month.
Yeah. I mean, you have a split income, so
Yeah, but-
that's nice at least.
yeah,
but
so-
you're a house, so like,
But also like the mortgage on this house is what's your apartment cost a month? Just for the apartment.
I think a month it's $825.
Okay, I think my house is like 1,000 maybe. I think it's like 990 something.
That's wild.
Yeah,
But it's just a little bit more
like,
than what I'm paying, and you own it.
Yeah, the issue is just the starting off of
Yeah,
getting it.
it's
But
the initial, but then also on.
if
I got a few things included in mine.
yes,
Yeah.
and everything, nothing's including this,
Yeah.
and also if like my tree falls down, then I'm
Yeah,
I'm
if,
broke.
Yeah, if your AC goes out, you're fucked.
Yeah,
if you're,
it's mine.
Yeah, I just recently got my AC replaced.
Oh yeah,
And this
it is
week,
a heat wave.
And the guy that came in to replace the AC was like, he initially checked the filter. The filter was clogged because I didn't know you could. Nobody told me I knew how to do that. So he was like using my sink to like wash it off, and he goes, "Oh, your sink's fucked. Put in a request. We'll get you a new sink."
oh my god.
And I was like, "Okay." Like I was like, I just was like, I just got to deal with this. So I'm getting a new sink this week. And like that's what's kind of nice about having an apartment.
Yeah, because the
is you can
difference
just
for
be-
my house, I have a fucked up sink. I just got to deal with it.
Yeah, and
I just don't use that
Yeah,
sink.
because you're like, that's going to be really expensive. Because not only do you have to buy a new sink, then you have to pay a plumber, and then
Yeah.
I'm sure we could. I'm sure we could do it, but you still have to
Probably.
buy a sink, and sinks are expensive.
I just have a leak in it, so I probably just need like the piping for it. But the leak is between
Floors.
Yeah, so I'm
and
just like,
how I don't know how to do
I
that.
don't fucking know.
Yeah.
We could probably figure it out, but I don't. I'll just leave it for now.
Yeah, I mean, you're getting by. That's what's
I have another sink.
It's tough.
I have
It's
one
just-
other sink.
that whole tip situation. Going back to that, just really got
Yeah.
me. Like it was just like, dude, I just felt like I was like, God, like you literally had to put it into the computer.
zero.
Just like, here's the tab.
Yeah.
0, close check. And then like I would go to the next tab because like sometimes when it's busy, you don't have time to close the tabs out.
Sure.
But so when it's slow, that's when you catch up. And it's just like, oh, cool. 0 again.
More no money.
0 again. And I'm just like, great.
Yeah.
Cool. I've been here for 9 hours. I worked like a 9-hour shift I didn't get my tip out, but
Yeah.
I made a decent
Some.
amount. Yeah, I made some, but it's just like, that just sucks.
Well, that's where Izzy has the real issue. Is if she starts with a shitty customer, she has to be like, that can't affect my mood because then I'm gonna ruin the rest of my business today.
I mean, yeah, that's
people
what's
don't tip a
so
grumpy
that's what
server.
Yeah, that's what sucks is like I wanted to be grumpy and an
You
asshole,
got to start over with every person.
but like these people kept coming back.
Do you know who'd be good at that? Memento.
Yeah, because he forgets.
Every customer is a new customer.
Just pretend you're a goldfish.
Yeah,
They forget every 15 seconds.
Damn, yeah, you got to memento this.
It all comes back to Momento.
It really does,
Damn.
including how we're filming this.
Yeah, we filmed this episode way out of order.
I already had a nosebleed.
He's been bleeding for years. Mentally.
I'm scared to take this out.
Don't. You want to do it on air?
Let's see if it stops.
It's always so scary when you have a nosebleed. Don't put it in the bottle.
Put it in the empty bottle.
Don't put it in the bottle.
'Cause it still feels wet, so I can't tell.
Yeah. It might still be a little wet, but it might not be runny wet.
Yeah.
The layer might be. Bloody noses are scary.
It's such a weird feeling too when you're just like, because I used to get them all the time, so I check for them pretty often. Like if I have a runny nose, I'll like do that and just make sure it's not red.
Yeah. Which is scary because you're like, oh, is it wet? But then you're like, oh, there's no blood.
Well, because for this one, I did like the little exhale laugh, and I just noticed just
Oh, blood just like sprayed on
yeah,
your
I was
arm.
just like, oh shit.
It's kind of like that whipped cream.
Yeah, there you go.
You're just like, yikes. We have one more segment to do on the podcast.
Everybody's favorite.
Everybody's favorite. It's time for Brackets, Busters, and Brews. Welcome back to Brackets, Busters, and Brews. We are now starting and ending. The first time we're getting through a round in one episode. Round 4, baby. So this is awesome. At this point in the bracket, we have 16 songs left. We started with 142.
So next week we'll only have 8, which is very nice.
Which is so insane. So
Then 4, then 2.
yeah, but we're getting there. So an update from last week, we cut out one more album.
Oh, nice.
So now we have 6 out of the 15 albums gone. We still have 9 albums left. We have
Damn.
16 songs,
So
9 albums.
one album's worth of songs.
Yeah, which is insane.
Huh.
So the last album to get eliminated, the 6th album to get eliminated, was the Saint Cecilia EP. A song that had an EP that had 5 songs on it was still alive
That's wild.
because Sean got eliminated.
Oh yeah.
So one of the biggest albums, or one of the albums that has the most songs left, is Wasting Light.
Okay.
It has 4 songs left, 4 of the 16. So it's a quarter of it. And 5 albums only have 1 song left.
Damn.
So I also added for round 4, just to make it a little bit more fun, is I added seeding to the songs.
Okay.
So we talked about the seeding last time. You love when I say seed.
Yep. You
So
figure it out.
I based it on the streamings, Spotify streams, and I did groupings of 10. So their top 10 songs is seeding number 1.
Okay.
Top 20 would be seeding number 2. You know what I mean? And et cetera, et cetera, et
Is that how
cetera.
seating works? I do not know.
That's just, I mean, that's kind of how it works. There are 5 number 1 seeded songs in the bracket.
Okay.
And the lowest seeded song is a seed 12.
Okay.
Like,
So in the
like-
120s.
Yeah, it was rated like based on streams like in the 120, which is insane. And that's Watershed.
Interesting.
Yeah. So starting off round 4, the Sweet 16. We got Monkey Wrench going against Walk. Monkey Wrench, top 20, going against Walk, which is also a top 20 song. These songs have taken out 2 songs on the bracket they took out. Monkey Wrench took out Let It Die, and then it took out Good Grief, so it's had kind of an easy road. Walk took out Gimme Stitches and then it took out Everlong.
Okay, I knew it took out a big one.
Yes. So we got Monkey Wrench and Walk, and both of these songs are #1 seeds. They're in the top 10.
Okay.
Not even the top 20. They're in the top 10. What do you think of Monkey Wrench versus Walk?
Because Walk, I do really enjoy it. I think the chant is so fun.
Yeah.
And every time
Yeah.
I listen to it, I'm like, I bet this
I
is
never want to
fucking
die.
so
Yeah.
good live.
Never want to die. The bridge is the best part of the song.
Yeah. But then Monkey Wrench. I love Monkey Wrench. I love the guitar riff.
Yeah.
I love the feeling.
It's just a punk song.
Just the so great.
It's also, we haven't, I don't know if you've seen this. Have you seen the music video for Monkey Wrench?
Maybe.
It's a fun music video. They're like in a hotel.
Okay.
And it's kind of fun because they're playing the instruments in a hotel room, and then the band members keep like peeking through the hole and seeing themselves play. Like it's kind of like a cool, like,
All right.
it's a cool video.
Sure. I'd
It's-
say next week we could probably watch the music video.
We probably
for all
should.
of
Yeah, we
them.
probably should. Yeah. The fast yelling bridge in Monkey Wrench is so bad.
Why? No, that bridge might even be better than Walk's.
Yeah, it's so. And then also the last chorus has like a double vocal / call and response
Something
part
like,
to
I
it.
don't owe you any. No.
No, that's a different song.
No, but like, I feel like he just the way he's like, run, blah, 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 blah,
Yeah.
blah. He might say, I don't owe you anything in that.
He might. I mean,
I would like to actually like look up lyrics
I
to these
did.
songs.
I have a few lyrics coming on, and then going to Walk. Walk is a really good song. I really like it.
Learning to walk
I
again.
am honestly surprised though that Walk is in the Sweet 16.
I kind of felt that way too. Where I was like, it's not bad. It's just the bridge,
yeah,
though.
I never want to die.
Yeah.
Great lyric. And also
Real original.
in perspective, this is how Wasting Light ends. So I do
That's a
think
pretty good ending.
I do think it's a great way to end the album.
Yeah, I would say so.
But I think this is an easy
Monkey
decision.
Wrench, it's so good.
It looks like Walk
Okay.
is walking off.
Nope.
That's the closest I could think of.
Is that walking out?
Walking off.
Going on, taking a walk.
Yeah, it looks like Walk. You want me to do it?
Yeah.
Take it from the top. Looks like Walk is walking out. What did you say?
Taking a walk.
Take it from the top.
All right.
I'm gonna keep all this in.
Okay.
It looks like Walk is taking a walk to the benches.
Nope. You didn't need that.
Monkey Wrench is moving on
Okay.
to the Elite Eight.
Okay.
All right, next up, we got another song from Wasting Light. We got Bridge Burning, which is a #3 seed, going against Wind Up, which is a #8 seed. Bridge Burning has been around since the preliminary round, and Wind Up has been around since round 1. So Bridge Burning has taken out... Dude, Bridge Burning has been on a freaking spree. It took out Have It All. Then it took out Big Me, which is in their top 20. Then it took out Stacked Actors.
Big Me.
Yeah.
Oh,
It was in their top 20.
don't remember that.
Big Me's off their first album. It's a decent pop song.
Okay.
But then Stacked Actors, that's a fucking
Stacked Actors is
ripper.
pretty good.
Wind Up though, took out Wheels, easy decision.
Sure.
But then last time, Wind Up took out Feast and the Famine.
Oh yeah.
which is a song that we were early on saying.
Oh, so I really fought for Wind Up last time.
yeah, you
then.
did. You're
Interesting.
the one that's picked Wind Up over Feast and the Famine. And I was like, what the fuck?
So my mood, because now I remember what Wind Up was. My mood changes so much because for me, this one I put Wind Up. I like it, but for no particular reason.
Oh my god! And you picked it over Feast and the Famine.
I was really passionate that day for it.
Okay, so
Wait, what does Wind Up sound like? I don't even remember it now.
Wind Up is great, but I don't understand, and I still don't get how it beat Feast and the Famine. I don't understand how
I was really passionate about
you
it.
like it because Wind Up's a good song, but you like it because of the end. You said that last time. The end of Wind Up is fantastic.
Oh, maybe I didn't make it to the end this time.
Yeah, you said the end is your favorite part. Because it gets a little.
I don't know why I liked it so much.
Yeah, I don't know why either, but it took out Feast and the Famine, which could have been a top tender.
Yeah.
And you go, no, I like Wind Up better. But now it's going against Bridge Burning. Wind Up is amazing. I love the tone of the guitar.
Wind Up did nothing for me this time.
I love I think it's a fantastic song. I get screaming in it. I love it. It's a great song. But is it better than Bridge Burning?
Because
Absolutely not.
Because the way I played this one is, which one would I be more excited to hear right away? Bridge Burning.
Oh,
I
dude,
love the intro.
It's
of
a
that.
ripper. And also, going back to, so Wasting Light ends with Walk.
Yeah.
Wasting Light starts
with
Bridge Burning. This is a way to start.
a good
This
start.
might be one of the best ways to start an album in general. I can't, obviously there are a few great intros to albums, but
Sure.
this is fucking.
That is a good one.
And then Devil in the Ashes. Dude, Bridge Burning is fucking sick. And if we're going big picture, It doesn't matter, but I just want to say I think Bridge Burning is better than Feast and the Famine.
I'd have to re-listen to them.
Feast and the Famine is incredible.
Yeah.
But I think if Wind Up...
I really like Bridge Burning because I chose Bridge Burning too. Because Wind Up did nothing for me today.
That's insane that Wind Up fucking beat Feast and the Famine.
That's really funny.
But I do think if Feast and the Famine would have made it, Bridge Burning still would have won. Like, I think Bridge Burning still would have...
Who knows how I'd be feeling that day.
That's
really funny.
That's insane to me.
But I also chose Bridge
Next up, we got a fun lineup. We got In Your Honor, which is a number 8 seed.
Yep.
Going against White Limo, which is a number 5 seed.
Both of which I have said could be my favorite Foo Fighters
both of these songs, this is a tough decision. So, In Your Honor has been around since...
Best song off a bad album.
It's been around since round 1.
But what's the big song off that album? One of their like top songs is off that too, I thought.
That's a great question.
Was it All My Life? No.
I can't remember what's from In Your Honor.
I swear I saw that one again. Ooh, none of these. This is the only song that's left off of that. Maybe not. Damn.
I mean, In Your Honor is like the weird, like it's rock and soft.
Sure. Well, also sometimes Spotify will give me the wrong album cover.
Oh yeah, that's annoying. But then White Limo has been around since the preliminary round.
And that's what I think started with saying it was my favorite. Oh, Best of You is the best.
Okay,
big song
yeah,
off
Best of You, yeah, and that's got eliminated last time. Mm-hmm. White Limo has been on a freaking streak, though. Yeah. White Limo took out Under You, whatever. Don't even remember that song. Then it took out freaking Run, which is the number 1 seed. Then it took out Spill, which is from like their Vault series.
Spill's good.
Spill was really fun, but White Limo was fun. In Your Honor 8 seed versus White Limo 5 seed. This is the... I have the most notes for this bracket.
Because this is a question I did not answer because I wanted to talk about how I feel about each song. So give me your notes on it.
So I'm just going to read it from the top.
Okay.
Because I do it in order.
Me too.
So I said In Your Honor is such a good track.
Yes.
It starts with feedback, then the guitar riff, and then Dave's vocals to start.
His first line is so fucking good.
Gives me goosebumps.
So like, can you hear it? Something like that?
Yeah. And then also, this is how the album starts.
Ooh.
So this is another thing, like this song starts and you go, oh, fuck, this could be a great album. Turns out it's not a great album.
That's fair.
I love when the drums come in. And then also, I don't know if we talked about this before, but imagine like a Foo Fighters concert starting with In Your Honor.
Oh, especially where it goes, because this is the song that goes silent for a second at the end, right?
And then because it does. So towards the end, it goes into a jam part, and then it does a record stop.
Yeah.
Which is like dude, when songs do record stops, it's incredible. Like Fugazi's Waiting Room, it does a record stop when it first, but like it's so fun because it goes silent for like a beat and then it goes back into it. Like, also, it's so fun.
That emptiness is such a great noise in itself.
Because then when
it's just
noise
pulled out,
but then it's empty, and then it goes back into it, and it does
hard
and it comes back in. Record stops are incredible. So In Your Honor is fantastic, but then White Limo, man, the riff.
Did you look up the lyrics?
I have a few.
Okay,
yeah.
So I'm curious if the song is anything.
This is when I started looking up the lyrics because I don't understand it.
I have no idea what he says.
So the riff of White Limo is incredible. I love Dave's vocals in this, and I love how it's a non-traditional Foo Fighters song.
Yes,
like it's like very.
That's mainly what I want to talk about afterwards.
It just makes you want to drive fast and rage, and the lyrics are wild. So this is the first verse of White Limo. I'll take it out of a wishing well. I'm not going to try and sing like him.
That's fair.
So this is what he says. I'll take it out of a. I tried to do it. That was kind of close.
No, it wasn't.
Okay. I'll take it out of a wishing well.
Okay.
I'm thinking I have a plan.
Okay.
Go on with your bad self.
Okay.
What do you see in yourself?
I don't love self and self.
You think you're losing? It's time to stop accusing. You're never going to take a hit on the head. That's the first verse.
I don't hate it. I don't know.
And I go, what does that mean?
I lost track of it at the end. You'll take a hit on the head. But it's
literally, it goes, I'll take it out of a wishing well. I'm thinking I'll have a plan. Like that's like he does it like he's like screaming it, you know?
Huh.
I don't know what it means, but the way he sings it is badass.
Yeah, that doesn't take away.
It doesn't like
it's not stupid enough for me to be like, this is bullshit.
But like those are words. Like it's not even a story or anything. It's just like and then it's just like White Limo.
Yeah. All right.
This is a tough decision.
All right.
But
wait, before you answer,
I do have a decision though.
Okay, because for me, In Your Honor is kind of the best Foo Fighters can sound.
Ooh, okay.
That is, for what Foo Fighters do, that is my favorite version of it.
Yeah.
That is for
traditional Foo Fighters?
Because also, I don't want to say, because they are so locked into one thing
that
we've cut most of it out. That now it seems like they're an interesting discography band.
Yeah, because
they aren't.
Because we're in the top 16.
Yeah.
Sweet 16.
And we prefer non-traditional, but like, yeah, there's so much this kind of tone and noise that I think this is the absolute
this
best,
is the best of
it
what
can
it is.
be.
And what's wild is
the best of them.
The best of them.
Yeah.
What's wild is Wes hates this song. He
Really?
hates it, In Your Honor. We've talked about that before. He just doesn't like Dave's vocals. He goes,
I love his vocals.
goes, he's whiny. And I go,
Well, because it's also got the yours is mine and that part where it
and
kind
mine is yours.
and that's like it feels on like Dear Prudence. Like,
Yeah, it's beatly.
I think I've said it every time.
Yeah, it's beatly. Yeah, but it is cool. And also, In Your Honor feels
got
like
a
it
fun
feels
little,
like two
like-
songs.
Yes.
It feels like two songs.
But also that do go together, whereas
Yeah.
sometimes they just have two songs.
yeah, sometimes it's just like, what the hell is this? What the hell?
But White Limo, I love for not being a Foo Fighter.
Yeah, dude, this song.
I would literally never guess that this is Foo Fighters. And if you told me, I'd be like, oh, all right.
you
That's
go, holy
weird.
shit. Yeah. I remember when this came out, I was like, whoa.
But this song does not make me like Foo Fighters any better because they don't do this.
Yeah, because this is a very rare occurrence.
Yes, they just did this once.
So what did you pick?
I didn't.
Oh,
I wanted to
fuck.
discuss that.
Oh, fuck.
And I want
I
you
get what you're saying.
I'm trying to get you to convince me on what your answer is. What
I
did you
picked
do?
White Limo.
I'm okay with that.
I picked White Limo because this song just kicks ass.
It's so good.
Like, it's just like, dude, it just, when you hear it, you just want to fucking, like, and In Your Honor is such a good, like, evolution of a song. Like,
Yes.
there's peaks and valleys,
so
dynamics.
if I want to listen to Foo Fighters, I want to listen to In Your Honor.
But if you wanna-
I would prefer the song.
But if you want to listen to a great song,
I
and
would
we're doing a
choose White
song, and
Limo
we're doing a
first.
song bracket.
Okay,
So if you want to listen to a good song,
sure.
White Limo is fucking.
That's fair.
It's gotta win. You want to
Okay.
do White Limo?
We can do White Limo.
Okay, so
Because I was not against either answer. It's just that
this
is how I feel.
I think this is the toughest.
The question is it like the band's music or this song? And it is this song.
It's this song, and it's
Yeah.
like, but that. I think that matters though,
Mm-hmm.
because if I'm going to pick one song to listen to,
yeah.
and I'm not looking at the artist, White Limo is a fucking great song.
If the next song is White Limo, I'm a little bit more excited.
I'm
than
not
In Your
gonna,
Honor.
yeah, I'm not gonna skip it probably, unless I'm not in a mood. But like, I'm not gonna skip it. Next up, I do got a big note for this one as well. This is the last songs on the left side of the bracket. We got Holding Poison from Medicine at Midnight, 11 seed, going against All My Life, which is the number 1 seed.
So what? That's probably top 5 songs.
Yeah, All My Life is top 5. Holding Poison, because it's still new, is not that big of a song. But Holding Poison, dude,
love
is
the-
fun as hell.
That's a great noise song. There's all a bunch of like weird little clicks.
Well, dude,
and
it is fun. Like, it
that
just
drum set is huge.
it
on
just
this
makes
song.
you want to dance.
He's got things on there
And-
that he's smacking.
It's just, this is Taylor, dude.
Yeah.
And also, Holding Poison, non-traditional Foo Fighters again.
Yes,
like,
it's
this is like,
groovy,
this
it's
is like,
fun.
it's weird, dude.
Yeah.
Like, so I wrote down the lyrics of the chorus.
Okay.
It's simple, but it's catchy and fun. So, I want what I want. I get what I get. I know what I need. I know what I said. That's the chorus.
It's fine.
And I'm just like,
All right.
again, like, what are you talking about, Dave?
He always loses me at the end.
Like, I want what I want. I get what I get.
Oh, sure, yeah.
I know what I need. I know what I
And
said.
the drums just doing weird clicks
but it's
and
like,
shit in the
But it's like,
background.
that's what you're saying. But it's fun. Like, it's catchy. But like, when I looked at the lyrics, I was like, what the fuck? And then also, the ending of Holding Poison goes into a jam that feels like a different song.
Okay.
Like, that's what's really fun. And then it comes back into the chorus, and I do like the way it comes back because it's just drums and vocals, and then the full band comes back in. But then it's going against All My Life.
Because just
One of like the most. This is in their top 5. Like one of their
just
most
the
like,
line,
classic.
like what is it? I love it, but I hate the taste. Or
I love it, but I hate the taste. Yeah,
That line alone.
and he does like a fast vocal here.
yeah, that line carries this song so fucking far.
And also,
for
I
me.
love like the opening riff, such an iconic riff, and then Dave vocal just over like that fucking palm muting.
Yeah.
and then like when the full band comes in, psh,
Because I would say I took way more notes on Holding Poison, but for All My Life, I was like, damn, it's just a better song to me.
damn, you picked All My Life.
I did. I think.
Okay, so
I think All My Life is worth the hype, and it's a good fucking song.
I love All My Life, and I have like a note like talking about the decision is I go this is a tough decision as well. So on paper,
Yes.
I would easily pick All My Life. I would go All My Life, Holding Poison, All My Life easily.
But listening to it,
Back and forth made it tough because Holding Poison is fun. It's new. I don't know it that well. All My Life's been around since like
but
2005.
It's so fun. Like I've looked forward to when it's come up.
All My Life?
No, Holding Poison.
Yeah, Holding Poison is a great song.
No, All My Life, I know.
All My Life is a staple. And I could go either way. Like, part of me wants to pick All My Life because it's so iconic, but Holding Poison is so fun and so new. So I could go either way. So I could go All My Life.
Because for All My Life, I put, damn, it's just better. It's a good song.
Holding Poison, though, is
I love Holding Poison. Holding Poison, I would maybe even listen to more, but I think All My Life is a better.
Yeah. And it's just... It could be because like I've heard it for the past 15 years. Well, it's also but just that riff when it starts.
He knows how to write a song too. They're not necessarily like the best. Like there's not always the best parts of it, but like it is catchy, it is fun, and you sing it.
He knows what he's doing.
Yeah. And Holding Poison, I don't do that. I don't know it as well, but All My Life it catches.
I do like doing this bracket though because I fucking hated Medicine Midnight and then their newest album.
Mm-hmm. And there's some good songs off it.
I mean, Holding Poison, I think, is the last one off Medicine Midnight. Love this song. And then there's one more off of the new album that I really like, too, that we're going to talk about in a little bit. But it's just like, okay, so there are good tracks still.
Yeah, they're not gone.
And like, they are fun.
Yeah.
So next up, this is the matchup that I have the least amount of notes for.
Sure.
We got Back and Forth going against The Pretender.
So Back and Forth, I didn't look at what song was next. I was like, I do like Back and Forth.
Back and Forth's fun. It's simple rock song, straightforward. It's verse, chorus, bridge, chorus.
It is maybe the number one song I like bop my head along to also. Because every time the song comes up, I always like, no.
Yeah, it's catchy, it's fun, it's simple, it doesn't do anything crazy. No, but it's just a rock song.
It's a very good bass Foo Fighters song.
Yeah.
Pretender's just great. And I've said this every time. The Pretender has such an unfair advantage of the music video.
Yeah.
And it's the only music video besides, I know they dress like girls in one of them. Which one's that?
Well, Everlong, they're like in a cabin. And then they do like, I think Taylor's just like a girl and Dave saves him. It's kind of Evil Dead-esque. Okay. Yeah.
There's one where they got pigtails and like he's in a dress.
Is that when they're on the airplane?
I don't know. I can just picture him dressed in like a dress, but so I was saying, but besides that, The Pretender's a music video. I know
it's a music video that I can't.
All white, got the whole fucking wall,
the red wall, and then when the water, like it's
so great, so cool.
When I was younger, I was like, I want to make a video like this so bad. Like
it'd be hard.
I know, but like, dude. Fucking
they just rented out a warehouse and painted it.
Yeah, dude, it's so badass.
Pretender's better.
Pretender wins hands down. That's why I have no notes for it because like Back and Forth is a great song.
I really like it,
but it's not. It's going against the Pretender.
Yeah,
Back and Forth maybe could have beat one or two songs in this bracket. Maybe.
The end of this bracket, I'm not as excited for.
The Pretender is just fucking badass, and I'm so excited to get to a point where I have to watch the video.
Yes.
Because I've been saving it.
Because I think that's next is we have to do music videos.
Yeah, I think next week when we're in the Elite Eight, we talk music videos.
Yes.
Because what if some of them don't? That's going to be the fun part.
And that does affect
I think it does affect, but also that is wild that like a song in our opinion made it that far, but then in their mind
it wasn't worth a music video.
In their mind it wasn't worth a music video. So number 6 matchup, we got Nothing at All, which is wild because this is off their newest album. This is like the last one off their newest album.
Oh, okay. This was that.
Yeah. Going against Something from Nothing from Sonic Highways. Nothing at All, 9 seed. Something from Nothing, 2 seed.
Yeah.
Something from Nothing is badass. Nothing at All, though.
This is another one where I enjoyed it.
Unique Foo Fighters song. Mm-hmm. Like it's very fun, very catchy. But I will say, there is like a best part of the song and the rest of it doesn't matter to me.
That's fair.
So my favorite part of Nothing at All is the pre-chorus into the chorus because there's distortion on his vocals and it's fun and it's badass. The rest of it, I forget about every time.
Sure.
The verses don't matter.
I can't really remember the song right now.
But the pre-chorus and the chorus, like that's fun.
Yeah. Because I remember I listened to it and I really liked it and then I saw what was next. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. And then Something from Nothing, dude.
Love Something
Dynamics, the story from Sonic Highways, mellow start, it builds.
This is the only one I can picture the music video too. With the writing over the screen.
Yeah, with the lyrics and Dave's like handwriting. Yeah. Also, you get Dave screaming in this song.
Which was the teaser for the album, I believe.
Yeah. Nothing at All is a good song.
But Something from Nothing.
Something from Nothing is a better song.
I guess you could say Something is better than Nothing at All.
It is wild because it's like, isn't that the same title? Something from Nothing, Nothing at All.
I did your job better and you didn't acknowledge it. I just nailed that.
Okay.
That was a front handspring, arms up, no issue.
And you stuck the landing?
Yeah. I'm America's sweetheart.
But the judges didn't even, they were looking at.
Yeah, I know. The judge is like, I did a cartwheel once. That's
well, I think like you were doing your thing and then a shooter came in.
Jesus Christ.
And they got distracted by the shooter. So they didn't. This is a hypothetical. This is a hypothetical. But they got distracted by a shooter so that they didn't see you land the perfect. And then they go, okay.
Oh, the shooter's gone?
Yeah.
Okay.
They like see you land, but they missed like your trick. And they go, okay, middle of the road.
We're not evacuating?
No, it was. You found it.
It wasn't a big deal.
It turned out it was an airsoft gun.
They found that out immediately.
Yeah. Sorry, that got dramatic. Next up, we got Outside, which is also from Sonic Highways, going against My Hero. Outside is a 4 seed, which is shocking. Going against My Hero, which is a fucking number 1 seed. Of course it is.
Is that the number 2 song?
Yeah. My Hero, I think it's Everlong My Hero. Like
that would make sense.
Outside is a song I've been fighting for.
Yeah, because I think I liked it less because I found it just so repetitive.
Well, I get it. Like I just love a song that has bass highlighted. It starts with a bass.
Oh, sure.
Also, I've talked about this every time. Joe Walsh. It's fucking cool that they got an Eagles guy on this. But like, it's not the best song off of Sonic Highways.
And then it's not My Hero.
It is repetitive.
Yes.
Do I like it? Yeah. But My Hero is badass. And is My Hero overplayed? Yes. Is it kind of redundant? Yes. But is it like it's a cover band staple? Yes. But also, is it My Hero? It's like it's their number 2 song.
So there goes My Hero. That line and then the watching over you, like it's so good.
It's a simple song, but like
the
God
build
damn.
up of the there go. It's so good.
And so like this is gonna be a tough one to beat.
Because also it's aim for the bushes.
It's aim for the bush. Like you think of the other guys, My Hero wins hands down. And then last up, we got 2 songs off the first album, which is insane. We got Watershed, which is a 12 seed.
Yes.
Going against I'll Stick Around, which is number 3 seed off the same album, the first album. This is a little bit tough for me.
For me, it was not at all. Because also, these have been the songs that you've been forcing. You've been really just pushing up this mountain this entire time.
Both of these songs?
I would assume so because I didn't.
I don't think you like the first album.
I didn't really like this album. No, I love this album. It's pretty drony. Because I think it was I'll Stick Around. Is that the I don't know you?
Yeah, that's the I don't know you anything.
Yeah, like that kind of. It always felt like just a shitty Nirvana song to me.
I mean, this came out in '95.
So yeah.
It came out a year after Kurt died.
Oh yeah.
He wrote this album when he was in Nirvana.
Yeah. So
what do you expect?
Sense. Yeah.
He's 18 years old.
Because for Watershed, I do like Watershed. Like I do find the fun parts of that song.
I think it's one of the best guitar riffs I've ever written.
That they've ever written or ever written?
That they've that they've ever written. Dude, it's like it is such a punk song and it's only 2 minutes.
How's Watershed start? Dude, I remember his lyrics in it because his lyrics are
I wrote down some lyrics from Watershed.
Yeah.
Dude, that fucking tone. So
it's not that impressive of a riff.
Yeah, but that riff just makes you want to fucking
like 3
move.
notes.
Yeah, but it makes you want to move. So the chorus of Watershed, which I never knew about this. I never looked at the lyrics because he's just like, so he goes, I want to swim in a watershed.
Okay.
I want to listen to Flowerhead.
Okay.
I lost a gallon and I still bled. I keep on thinking I'll get ahead.
I kind of like that.
I like it too. I always thought he goes, I want to listen to Foghat.
I listened to that today.
Yeah,
I always thought about that.
I always thought he said Foghat
because I was trying to pay attention to the lyrics of this. I thought he said Foghat.
I thought he said Foghat. He says Flowerhead.
What the fuck is Flowerhead?
So I looked up Flowerhead. Flowerhead is a rock band from Austin, Texas.
I really thought he said Foghat.
So did I.
Weird.
But he was referencing this band that now I'm hooked on.
Oh.
They were a band from 87 to 95.
Okay.
So around this time, they only have 2 albums, and their first album was recorded with Butch Vig, who now does Foo Fighters stuff.
Oh.
Who's they're very grunge psychedelic rock.
Okay.
And listening,
I did think Foghat was a weird thing, because I was like, Foghat kind of sucks.
Yeah, it's like smoking on water.
Yeah, I was like,
yeah. So it is wild because
that's really funny.
Flowerhead's biggest song is called Acid Rain, but it's spelled ERIGN.
Ooh, I like that.
Listening to this song and then I've been listening to their first album, Flowerhead's album. I can definitely tell the first Foo Fighters album is inspired by Flowerhead.
That's cool.
Like, so it's like
So this song is an homage.
So it's like it's
direct.
It's weird because it's like I want to listen to Flowerhead because I'm like, who the fuck is Flowerhead?
So
and they only had 2.
How poorly does he say Flowerhead that we both thought Foghat?
Yeah, and I've been thinking Foghat for years
because I
want to listen to Foghat
because I was cleaning the litter box while he was doing that. I was like, Foghat.
I think it's just the way he enunciates his.
I want to get. You can cut around this. I just want to hear it.
I want to listen to Flowerhead.
Flowerhead.
But it sounds like I want to listen to Foghat. I want to listen to Flowerhead.
Foghat fucking suck.
Yeah. So Watershed, fucking awesome. I'll stick around though. This song is badass. The rock riff is incredible. I love that it mellows out during the verses. The chorus is so catchy and fun. That I don't owe you anything.
It's one of those two words.
Did you look at the lyrics of?
No. No, I said when you said catchy and fun, I said it's one of those two things.
Oh, it's catchy. You don't think it's fun?
My only note for I'll Stick Around is I just do not like this song.
Well, good because I didn't pick it.
Good because I chose Watershed.
Yeah,
too.
I do like I'll Stick Around. I'll Stick Around is obviously.
And I get why you like
it's
it.
It's a number 3 seed, obviously.
Sure.
Watershed is the lowest of all those songs. It's a 12 seed.
Interesting.
Nobody likes Watershed. I think Watershed is kind of a hidden track of a song.
I think Watershed's pretty good.
And it's like, dude, it's like this, and it's a song that like they don't play live. And like, if we were to play Watershed live, people would fucking lose.
Watershed would be if they knew it.
Yeah, I think I did see a live concert where like Dave was like, "You guys want to hear anything?" And someone yelled Watershed, and he was like, and then he like tried, and then he found the notes, and then like I instantly was like, "Oh fuck, that
probably,
riff."
I mean, could he even do that voice anymore though?
No, probably not. Because it's just like, hey, rock band,
listen to Foghat.
Listen to Flowerhead, I guess.
I'm gonna say Foghat.
I'm listening to Flowerhead a lot lately. So check out Flowerhead if you like 90s grunge and psychedelic rock, and especially it reminded me of like Smashing Pumpkins and the Toadies a little bit. Like their music.
Toadies
so
are
not
alright.
so Toadies are also from Texas.
Sure.
But not your type of music, but I'm really liking
Yeah.
it. Like I sent it to Wes and my buddy BK earlier today, and I was like, enjoy. Because Acid Rain starts off with bass, which is sick, and then it goes.
I like that title.
It's a fucking fun song. So Watershed fucking wins hands down. So we're down. Next week is the Elite 8.
Where I think we will have to start talking more music videos, actually just reading all the lyrics along with it.
Because also we're getting to a point like, God, it's going to be Monkey Wrench, Bridge Burning.
Monkey Wrench.
White Limo, All My Life.
I don't know.
The Pretender, Something from Nothing.
That's a hard one.
My Hero, Watershed. It might be tough.
That one, I don't know.
Yeah.
That is hard.
Yeah, I think we're getting to a point where it's like...
All of those are kind of hard.
And we're getting to a point where these are the best of the best.
Yeah.
You know, we start with
Except
140...
for Everlong.
That is wild that got eliminated early.
I mean, both of us were like, it wasn't that good.
I mean, that's how I'm starting to feel about My Hero.
Really? I mean, My Hero, it's just
overplayed.
But
it's just like, I've heard it. Like, it's over. It's too much. I hear it too much. Like, some of these songs, like Holding Poison and
Holding
like
Poison's fun.
Nothing at All and stuff. Like, I'm starting to really like these songs because I don't know them.
Sure.
Like, there's...
New music is fun.
Yeah, new music is fun. That's why I'm really into Flowerhead. Yeah. And I'm really into the Moist Monday podcast. Next week.
We're not new. We're old.
Next week, episode 200.
Jesus Christ.
And Jacob turns 30.
See how it goes.
We don't have anything planned yet, but we got to do something special.
Yeah, probably something. We'll see.
You want to sip on some scotch?
Ooh, that could be nice.
Let's
find some scotch.
Let's do some scotch.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite? I'll get you a bottle.
I have scotch.
I'll get you a bottle of scotch.
Okay, sure.
Do you have a favorite?
Yeah, the one I already own a bottle of.
What is it?
I think Glenlivet 14 is my
Glenlivet
favorite.
14? Okay.
Or you can try a new scotch.
Okay.
All right.
Let's do that. Cool. Let's crack open a bottle of scotch and talk 30s.
Let's talk our last 30 years together.
Yeah. Well, you don't have to do it because it was a lot of work, but for my 30th, I did 30 things I would tell my younger self.
Oh, shit.
You don't have to do that.
I can try and think of things.
It doesn't have to be 30.
Yeah,
Maybe
30 is way too much.
Yeah. That was a longer episode, too. We drank a half a bottle of Malort that episode.
Oh, my God. Did we?
Yeah.
That's horrible.
And then I went out and got drunk and sad.
Oh, that's fair.
Did not end well.
Okay.
That was when Izzy was working at Uptown.
Oh, interesting.
Because I left the podcast and went to Uptown.
And saw her?
And got drunk. This has been the Moist Monday podcast. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks. I can't believe we're
200 episodes. That's fucking wild.
That's stupid.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
I don't know. This. Just keep doing this.
I mean, lately, this episode is longer too, but like hour minimum. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
There's a lot of bullshit out there.
Probably close to 400 hours?
And we're just filling the void.
Yeah.
If it gets you through the week, it gets you through the week.
No, that's the thing is that some people really like this, and that is enough. And we really like at least doing this, and it makes our life.
Yeah, if it makes at least one person's
life a little
week
easier,
better, life better, or people look forward to it.
It at least makes ours a little better. Granted, when you leave, you have to go do all the work, and I don't.
Yeah, but it gives me something to look forward to.
Sure.
And it also, like, it's fun because our segments and planning stuff and then
Baseline creativity.
and all, yeah, very minimum creativity, but also we're still doing it.
It's something
and also,
creative.
we work together and we see each other a ton, but it's at least we get to hang out once a week.
Yes.
And we get to have a few beers. Because, like, dude, life is it. Especially lately, I don't know if I'd see you outside of work.
Right, yeah, adult, like,
It's
men
been fucking,
don't see each other.
it's been, my life's been so chaotic.
Yes. No, so,
Making plans with people is tough as hell. So, like, this
our
is it.
recommendation, start a podcast.
But before you do that, make sure you follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Threads.
Respect the OG.
Yeah, we're 200 episodes, baby. I think to see other bartender podcasts get to 200.
Yeah, we'll see.
Roasted.
Oh, but this is Moist Monday Podcast.
Send us an email, moistmondaypodcast@gmail.com.
About anything.
With your thoughts, feelings, reactions to the episode. Share with a friend. Share with an enemy. Do whatever the fuck you want to
Think
do.
about some sounds recommended to us.
Yeah, I'd love to hear some sounds. Fucking whatever, dude. We talked about a lot of stuff.
Because all I know is my number one.
I
have my number
you
one
have a
sound.
number one already?
I've always had a number one. I have a favorite.
And it's a number one you didn't talk about in that episode?
I don't think so.
It's not the bat crack?
No. Ooh, back crack. Oh, bat crack.
Yeah.
Back crack.
Back crack.
That's a
is
good one too. A good
and
pop
it's not the Nintendo Switch. Fucking
Oh, Switch Snap.
yeah,
Switch
Switch
Snap's
Snap
great.
is on my list, but that'll be an honorable mention because we talked about it.
Yeah, Switch Snap's great. No, I have a number one that I've always known. I'm sure I've told you before, and maybe even said it on this podcast
like-
before. Somewhere in the 200 fucking episodes we've done.
It's Jacob's orgasm now. It sound.
Bye, everybody.
Your orgasm sound is just.
Sometimes. Dude, sometimes that's all you can get out.
Sometimes you just go, I love you. Bye.
Dry bones, lazy bones, big bones, dance around in your bones.